you don't.
And let me just take this whole bottle of boner pills.
Talk sports with Greg Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
What up, New York City? Evan and Tiki here on The Fan, a brand spanking new week in New York sports. I am still putting the pieces together on what was a shocking decision over the weekend of Patrick Waugh being fired and Peter LeBoer is back in the local area and is going to coach the Islanders for the final 4 games. We'll address it coming up and try to figure out why it happened, what difference it may make over the final 4 games, but a shocking coaching change in the NHL. I got to start with this. If you're a Yankee fan out there right now and you spent some of your weekend at Yankee Stadium, specifically Sunday. Now, Saturday was special in its own right because Saturday set a major league record. I'm not sure you're aware of this, Tiki.
I'm not aware of what.
It was the longest game in the history of the pitch clock era. So the so the Yankees played like a 3-hour, 45-minute, 9-inning game, the longest in the pitch clock era. And if you hung out for that, God bless you. But yesterday, and I don't even know who to blame, Teak, because the Marlins only come in once, so it's really Rob Manfred's fault.
Yeah.
The Yankees were in a spot in which they had to play a baseball game. It was raining. It was nasty. And
cold.
So cold. It was just awful.
It was a miserable day.
It was miserable. And the Yankees kept telling you, we're going to play. And they were right, by the way. They did play. They started that game at 5:10. How did you as Yankee fans, and a lot of you guys stayed, I respect you, what the hell did you do for 4 hours? So do me a favor, Sean. Open up the phone lines right now. If you stayed for that entire Yankee game yesterday, give us a call. I'm curious how you did it. 888-808-1019. But there are a few people I want to disqualify. Legend Seats fans.
Yeah, because that's easy. That's easy. You just go inside and you have a smorgasbord.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Some sushi, some steaks, a couple salads, dessert. Then do it again 3 hours later.
Exactly.
That's easy for you, for those guys.
That's going to the buffet hungry, as John Harbaugh would say.
100%.
Yeah, that doesn't count. But if you were in the upper deck at Yankee Stadium.
There's nowhere to go.
What are you doing for 4 hours?
I guess you could go on the concourse where it's kind of protected and shielded from the atmosphere or the weather out there, but it's still cold. It's still miserable. And who the hell wants to do that for 5 hours?
And this is the other people that are disqualified. And bless you for looking ahead at this on this Easter Sunday. Those that figured, I'm looking at the radar, this game's not starting till 4:35. I'm waiting to even go to the stadium.
Yes. You know, it's funny. I had a whole discussion with my wife about this where she was like, what would you have done? If this was you took our sons,
well,
one of your sons.
When did they postpone it?
They didn't postpone it. They played the game.
No, when did they delay it, I should say?
They announced that the gates are opening as regularly scheduled and that the game will likely start in a delay. So that was known for a while, but you had no idea. And you've got a lot of people coming from Jersey, from Connecticut.
But I think Sean might have hit on something.
That you didn't leave to go to
I
the
think
game.
a lot of people waited and maybe left an hour or two later than they normally would have.
By the way, if you did that and you played the forecast game, like, good for you.
100%.
Because then you turned it into just a 5 o'clock Sunday start.
Right.
But I don't think that's what most people were able to do because, A, you're coming from long distances.
Yeah, but hold on.
And you
Think
don't
about
know when
this.
the game's going to start.
Let's not forget, it is Easter Sunday.
Right.
There are not a lot of people driving around.
True.
So unless you live an hour plus away, you could probably hear when the start time was going to be and leave your house and get there.
No, you're possibly right. Like, I was trying to keep track of it throughout the day. And I didn't know a 5:10 start time was announced until about 4:30, until about 35 to 40 minutes before first pitch.
Yeah.
Which, depending on where you're living, like, that's a tough commute.
No, that would be tough.
That would be tough.
That would be tough.
But the radar kept saying 5 o'clock basically all day. It was going to
But
push
do you
off.
think, because I got to commend Yankee fans, there were a lot of people at that game. I thought they did a great job either staying or showing up late. However they did it, a lot of people were there. Do you think the majority of people handled it that way? Or don't you think the majority of people were pretty much there since 1 o'clock?
I don't know. My gut would be what Sean said, that people heard it was going to be delayed, either stopped off or turned around and went home and then came back a couple hours later. But if people stayed, your first question is very, very interesting
What'd
to
you
find
do?
out. What the hell do you do for 4 hours? And especially if you're not by yourself.
Right.
Especially if you have like your family and you have a kid and your 12-year-old like making you want to rip your hair out.
Right.
Like, what do you do if you have children that went to that game?
Now, this is part of why these new stadiums are great because there are so many clubs, there are so many places you can go. I'll never forget during that infamous Mets-Yankees rain delay where Robin Ventura ran on the field after they postponed it and ran on the tarp. I stayed at the old Yankee Stadium with my dad, and it was miserable. Like, there was nowhere to even go. We were standing in the runway for hours next to sweaty old men to the point where I said, Dad, let's just go sit in the seat and get rained on. Like, I can't take it anymore. And that's what we eventually did. Luckily, you don't have that issue at Yankee Stadium or Citi Field. But nevertheless, it was 3.5 hours. And a lot of people stayed. And God bless you for that. I mean, I could not get over that because Sean texted something that was so selfish yesterday. He said, I love this rain delay. 5 o'clock start, Easter Sunday, it's perfect. And I said to him, you're not wrong. Like, for those that were at home, I agree with you. But what about the 40,000 people or 20,000 people, however many people were actually there, who went to a baseball game and had it delayed by 3.5 hours? And again, I'm not mad at the Yankees because I don't think they had a better option. It's more just the way the schedule falls, where they're in this pressurized spot to have to play this game. But a 3.5 hour rain delay is absurd.
It's crazy. But this is where the team, if I'm being honest, needs to be proactive. We've talked about this for years. We saw the radar. You saw at noon, this team should have said, or they should have made an announcement. The game will not begin any earlier than 4 p.m. Give yourself wiggle room till 5:30. Allow people to make their decision at that point. You know what? Don't get in the car yet.
Right.
They're telling us at a minimum not before 4 o'clock.
Well, the idea we had late last week, and those of you that missed it, we knew it was going to rain on Sunday. We brought this up probably on Thursday or Wednesday. And I said, boy, if the forecast doesn't change, Saturday afternoon is wide open because they're playing a Saturday night game. Why not move Sunday's game to Saturday afternoon, play a doubleheader?
The nicest baseball weather of the weekend, by the way, you could argue is from 1 to 4 on Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because then the weather
But that's just logistically really hard. Imagine if you're away or you're traveling in.
Hold on. Think about what you're saying. It's logistically hard for the consumer.
I'm talking.
You just made them wait for 4 hours on
I'm
a
talking
Sunday.
about because this was a holiday weekend.
I understand.
And so it's not a typical, hey, what are we doing? I don't know. Let's figure it out when we wake up on Saturday. That's not the kind of weekend it was. So logistically, there was so much probably going on. You have friends in town. You have family in town. It's just complicated.
Yeah, but you know what else is complicated? A 3.5 hour rain delay.
It's true.
I mean, I can't get over that. It was unbelievable. Real quick, let's get to some people who went to this game, and then we'll get to the actual baseball from this weekend. 888-808-1019. Jacob in Ocean Point, you were at this entire game yesterday?
Yes. So I actually got to the game only at 3 o'clock, so I'm a lucky one. But the people you guys should be thinking about more is the people who work at the stadium. I was speaking to some of them. They were there since 9 a.m.
Oh, man.
Damn, I hope they get like double and a half for overtime. Like they have to, right? Because by the time the game...
when did that game end?
It ended at about 8 o'clock. It was another long game. It was a 3-hour game. And then it's not like once the game ends, if you're a stadium worker, you can just leave.
No, you're there for 2 hours at least.
I hope they were taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
Are they taken care of?
It's a 13-hour day. They have to be taken care of.
That's insanity. Well, Jacob pulled it off. He walked in at 3 o'clock, which is not a big deal.
I meant to ask. You cut him off, but I meant to ask what he was doing before.
Yeah,
was it just because he was late, or did he intentionally go at 3 o'clock?
Imagine like you can't make it till 3 o'clock, and then you get lucky that there's a 3.5 hour rain delay.
I'll go catch. I have a beer and catch the last inning or two.
It's not a bad way to spend your Sunday.
Oh, right.
Let's go to Adam in Woodmere. What's up, Adam?
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing?
Good, man.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Likewise.
So I left with my son at like 12 o'clock to go to the stadium, and we're driving, and it wasn't raining yet by us, and then all of a sudden we get like the Throg's Neck, and we see just the sky start opening up, and we were meeting my brother-in-law. He lives in New Rochelle. He goes, dude, the game's not starting for a while. He goes, come to me. I'm 20 minutes from the stadium, and we'll just hang by me until then.
Yeah.
So we went to his house. We hung out with the kids until, like, I would say 4 o'clock. We jumped in the car. We were by the stadium, walked in at 4:45.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the way to do it. Yeah, that's the way to go. That's what Sean was.
That is perfect.
That's perfect. But you have to have the stop off.
Right. You have to have that rest stop that's sort of close to Yankee Stadium where you can pull that bad boy off. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But good job by you. Let's go to Chris in Freeport. Hey, Chris.
What up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call. So they saw me coming a mile away. I had church in the afternoon, so I wasn't looking at anything. I'm on my way to the stadium. I hear Susan Waldman saying, they're not going to start this game till 5 o'clock. I got my daughter and her friend and my wife in the car. But the reason I say they saw me coming a mile away is because I wanted like every single item of food that they have, and that's why I think they don't announce it. I think they get 20, 30,000 people in there, and they sold out of everything, guys.
Yeah, really?
They sold out of everything by the fourth inning.
Did you attempt to get the chicken ice cream that was the craze on opening day?
Oh my Lord, we couldn't get it. We couldn't get it, and God forbid we waited until I think 4 o'clock to try.
Well, this is the second day in a row.
Yeah.
Well, no, probably third, right? Because
They didn't even attempt to sell them Saturday. They were completely out.
They didn't even attempt to sell them on Saturday.
From my understanding of people that were there, before the first inning, there were signs everywhere. They do not have them.
So, in case you're unaware, on opening day, game we went to, obviously, did our show out there on Friday. I went online in the third or fourth inning to just get Mr. Softy ice cream, because that's my thing at a baseball game. And while I was online, I saw the sign for the chicken bucket ice cream, which has been all the craze. It got a lot of hype. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a bucket for Big Mac and his kids.
Right.
Because I know he's going to want to try it. As I'm doing that, a guy who works there starts screaming, "We're sold out of chicken buckets! Was sold out." And I'm like, the third inning, you sold out of the chicken bucket?
Well, we should have known because as we left the Spanish broadcast booth, we're heading down. We get down to the concourse level or the main level, and we can't move. We're just standing there. And it's like, is somebody fighting up there? Like, is there police activity?
Yeah,
What's going on? In fact, we actually went into the stadium and walked across seats instead of going into the concourse. And what the reason it turned out is that's where the chicken bucket sandwich was.
That's what caused incredible.
Yes.
Wow.
It was a roadblock.
Yeah. Here's the problem. And the fact that the Yankees weren't able to fix it on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
You have a product that people want, right?
Or at least want to try.
They want to try it, right? I don't know if they're going to come back for more, but they want to try the chicken bucket ice cream. You have to make it readily available.
Right. It's got to be everywhere.
It's got to be everywhere.
Can't be at one spot.
And once you screw it up on opening day, okay, fine. You got Saturday night to get it right. You've got Sunday, what turned out to be Sunday night to get it right. And you still can't get it right. Tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium against the A's, they better get it right.
Yes.
And I have no idea why people are fascinated with the chicken bucket ice cream.
Is it good?
I have no idea.
Well, it's ice cream wrapped in cornflakes. It's got to be good, but good enough to wait an hour online during a baseball game?
So
No.
it just looks like a chicken nugget.
Yeah, and
it's not a chicken nugget.
It's for anybody to grab, put it on Instagram, and then bite into and go, look how many likes
Trying to
I
get a
got.
viral moment.
That's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the person I was looking for. Someone who went to Yankee Stadium. Gates are opening at 12. They walk in. I'm ready to watch some baseball. The game gets delayed by 3.5 hours, so you tackle on the hour and a half you've already been there. You're at 5 hours before the game starts. And then, oh, by the way, you got yourself a 3-hour back-and-forth classic between the Yankees and the Marlins. That is an 8-hour day at Yankee Stadium. Ronan in Hillsdale pulled it off. What was your day like, Ronan?
Listen, it was pretty good, to be honest.
Nice.
I think it was rainy, but it wasn't that bad. It was cool, but it wasn't that bad. And it was Easter. Listen, we're out there. We're here to have fun, right? Now, I would say in the Yankees' credit, what they did was they put on MLB Big Inning on the big screen.
Oh.
So I'm a fancy guy. My game,
Nice.
the DJ, he was spinning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, chat with my family. We're just enjoying it. Now, the only thing I would say is the Yankees didn't really announce anything until about an hour before the game.
Right.
So that's when they finally brought dudes out, started to get the tarp, say, okay, we're going to start this game. The rest of it, we were just kind of on our own.
Ronan, you were just sitting. Ronan, were you just sitting, just hanging out?
We're just hanging out with my family. Listen, I'm not a big texter, so I'm just catching up. Like, how you doing? This, that.
It was family bonding time.
I could appreciate that, Ronan.
right.
Most family can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, they use the rain delay as an excuse to let's just talk for 5 hours.
Wow.
And if you find the seat undercover with the big screen that they have, you're in position
Right.
to
It's
just
it's
hang out.
almost like you're at home, just outside, watching television.
So his answer was, I sat there for 5 hours. What did I do during the rain delay? I chilled. And I'll defend the Yankees in this regard. They don't know. Like, they know that the game is going to be delayed. They know they have to wait a long time because the Marlins don't come back.
Yeah.
But they do not know. They could speculate we think we're going to start at 5 o'clock, but if they speculate and then it clears up and they start at 3 o'clock,
right.
Have they screwed you that way? It's just one of those unfortunate circumstances of the team only comes in once. Like, if you were playing the Blue Jays, you bang the game and you have a doubleheader a few months later. But because there are so many teams that you play that only come in once, this is your only crack. Now, as far as the baseball is concerned, you know what I find kind of funny about Sunday specifically with both the New York Yankees and the New York Mets? Both managers, Aaron Boone and Carlos Mendoza, made a decision to use their backup catcher in a huge pinch-hitting spot. Think about it. You got Mendy, who says, all right, Jared Young's 3 for 3. Thank you, sir, but there's a lefty on the mound. I'm short on the bench, obviously, with the Soto injury, the Beatty injury. I'm going to use Luis Torrens, my backup catcher, who's certainly more known for his glove than his stick. I'm going to use him with the game on the line. It was a gutsy move. It was a surprising move. And by God, it worked. And the Mets won a baseball game. Now, you move about a few hours later, maybe an hour later.
Yeah.
The Yankees are attempting a comeback in the bottom of the ninth inning after Jazz Chisholm gets the big extra base hit to drive in 2. And you decide, because Jose Caballero has been Volpe-like at the plate and defensively, and I'm sorry, that's the only way to describe it.
No, you're right.
You're right.
The way Cabby has played, you decide, you know what, game on the line, I'm going to go to my bench. Now, the difference between Mendy and Boone is A, the result, but B, Boone had another option. He had Paul Goldschmidt, and instead goes with J.C. Escara for the big at-bat, and obviously it doesn't work out. He strikes out on 3 pitches, and Yankee fans, not all, we'll get Sean's take in a second, are bemoaning the fact that they used J.C. Escara, and Met fans are like, Midas touch Mendy, he used Torrens, but both guys had their Sundays defined by using a backup catcher as a pinch hitter.
You know why? You know why this happened?
Go ahead.
So when we went to opening day, which was on Friday, we were sitting in the Spanish broadcast booth, getting ready to, I think we were in a break. So we're in our show, we're in a break, and we're watching batting practice. And Evan and I couldn't figure out who it was. Like, who is that? Who is that lefty that's just mashing home runs? He hit at least 6 in the second level.
Right.
And we find out ultimately it was J.C. Escar.
Right.
I bet Booney was like, this guy's swinging the bat well this weekend.
You think that's what it was?
I mean, what else could it be?
I think it was.
Because you got to go with, if it means that much, you got to go with Goldschmidt.
Well,
you have to.
Obviously, Boone and Mendy's decisions are different in that Boone had an alternate option and Mendy didn't because of the Met bench and because of the injuries they were dealing with. But they both made the same decision based on left-handed and right-handedness.
Right.
That's exactly what happened. Like, ultimately, Carlos Mendoza said there's a lefty on the mound. I don't trust Jared Young, lefty. Here's my righty off the bench. I'm going to go Luis Torrens. I'm going to go with the matchup.
Right.
And in the Yankee case, while he did have Paul Goldschmidt as an option, we all know Goldie is mashed lefties.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
No, but he did Boone did the same thing Mendy did.
I know, but it didn't matter. Put Goldie in there. He's a professional hitter.
I agree with you. Like, ultimately, I think sometimes we get too caught in the handedness.
Right.
And here's the difference. The difference is Paul Goldschmidt is a borderline Hall of Famer. Paul Goldschmidt is a winning player.
Right.
And I totally acknowledge that he hits lefties better than righties, but J.C. Escara is a career 202 hitter. J.C. Escara's career batting average against right-handed pitching is like 185. It's not as if he mashes them. So I thought it was a mistake by Boone. I just find it funny that both managers ultimately made the same decision.
Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
I am. What'd you think of the Booney decision to go to Escara over Goldie?
So there's 2 lines of thought here. I would have went to Goldschmidt. We all would have went to Goldschmidt. But I'm not mad at Aaron Boone. Wasn't last night. I'm not mad at him this morning. And I have a kind of different take on this. I know everybody's going with the lefty-righty matchup thing. Just 2-3 weeks ago, Aaron Boone made a point of saying he believes that J.C. Escara is a top 15 catcher in baseball.
He did say that, yeah.
And I interpreted that as both offensively and defensively. So all I'm saying is if I am going to spend a winter, an entire season last year, complaining about not managing with your gut, not going with, certain things, we're just doing this, that, and the other. Aaron Boone yesterday, to me, despite the matchup thing, went with his gut that he put his money where his mouth is. He told the world how good he thinks
think that
Escara
was a
is.
gut decision, not a matchup decision?
I know it's a matchup decision. I think it's a blend of both. But he put his money where his mouth is. He spoke the words about J.C. Scar, whether we believe it or not. He backed up what he was saying by putting him in a position with the game on the line in his bat yesterday. It didn't work out. He was wrong. But at least from a managerial point of view, if you're going to talk about certain guys, you went out there and you tried to walk it. And I can't kill him for that. I can't.
Wow.
Look at Sean being reasonable.
I didn't see that coming.
Wow. Easter did you well.
It really did.
Too many desserts.
You know what I think did him
Your
well?
rationale has risen.
That's not the only thing that
Thank
rose.
you.
I think that Sean, and I respect this, is talking from a place of 7-2. He's talking from a place of, you know what? I wanted to win yesterday, but we're 7-2.
Right.
Am I really going to sit here and start blasting Aaron Boone?
Shut up, Tubby.
Right.
Now-
And is it really his fault, or was Max Fried just not quite the Max Fried that we saw?
No,
his
I don't
first two
blame Max
starts?
Fried.
I'm
I
not
blame
either.
the bullpen. I blame Jake Burr.
Of course, but Max Fried gave up 3 runs.
He pitched into the 7th inning.
Of course he did, but he wasn't dominant like he was in the first 2 starts.
Dominant every start.
I blame the rain delay, by the way.
What?
Starting pitchers, when you throw them off their routine, forget it.
I guess I just differ on how Max Fried threw the baseball yesterday. Like he didn't have his best stuff. He pitched into the 7th inning, and he was pissed off at Boone for taking him out.
Right?
Did you read his lips?
Yeah.
One more batter.
One more batter.
I got one more batter. Hey Max, where were you in October saying that?
Very fun. No, again, I don't have an issue with that. I thought Max Fried was fun. And also, you could make the case they should have lost Saturday, and they kind of got there. You didn't think they would win. They figured that out Saturday night.
Look, they won the series. That's all that matters.
But the difference is, too, I'm coming from a place of rationale. I was at Yankee Stadium on a cold, wintry day where I booed Giancarlo Stanton. People didn't understand why I was booing him. So if you were at that game and waited through that rain delay, only for Jake Bird to come in and then J.C. Scar to pinch hit, you have every right today to scream and yell about Aaron Boone because you sat there through it and invested. A little different from me on the couch, belly full of ham.
I get you. Well, they opened up Yankee Stadium over the weekend. There's another complaint about the stadium that we will address when we come back, plus more of your phone calls at 888-808-1019. Not just the brave Yankee fans who sit there for 3.5 hours before a game actually started, but the happy Met fans who salvaged their weekend with 3 straight wins against the San Francisco Giants. And how did we do in our little prediction games that we had leading into the weekend? We'll get to all that plus your calls. And Yankee fans, it is time for the Yankee Turning Point of the Game contest. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's Turning Point of the Game at 866-540-WFAN. And you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. It's from your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank, where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. This thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, you get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com right now. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by the New York International Auto Show. Visit autoshowny.com. It was also sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
Cars you dream about, ones you imagine gripping the wheel of. Experience them all at the New York Auto Show. Exotics, sports cars, off-road, family SUVs, hundreds of vehicles. Daily through this Sunday at the Javits Center. Tickets at autoshowny.com.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at amazon.com/hub delivery.
The Bucks come to Brooklyn to meet the Nets. 7:30 tomorrow night.
Going to the rim, and he slams him with the left hand.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Batteries Plus presents Power Ballads.
If you run a business in any industry, the last thing you need is some dead batteries. We got them in stock, and we're local too. We dream about batteries more than most people do. Batteries Plus, there's no problem too large. Batteries Plus, we're the experts in charge.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park.
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
March matchups are down to one game. Trade the championship in all 50 states with Kalshi. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. As the odds move, you can buy in and out of your position all game. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Plumbers, contractors, and HVAC technicians, delivering great work takes the right team backing you up. If you want to score big with your clients, get an assist from your local General Plumbing Supply. GPS's real experts in plumbing, heating, cooling, kitchen, and bath are waiting to help make your next project a layup. So while you're dealing with your own day-to-day madness of getting the right part at the right time with the service you deserve, trust the real experts at General Plumbing Supply. 1-800-CALL-GPS.
Recently, our company's softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later.
Sound familiar, Dale?
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. As we were just talking about, the Yankees lost 7-6, but the Mets had a big 8th inning rally to stun the Giants 5-2 and take 3 of 4 in the Bay Area, which leads us to this. Evan, we made some predictions. Tiki, we made some predictions on how many runs the Mets would score this weekend. We want to take that away?
That's right. We did. We did. We asked before the Mets began their 4-game series in San Francisco as their offense was scuffling. They had scored 1 run in 2 games against St. Louis, game 2 and 3 of that series. I said, all right, what's going to happen? They're going to break out. They're going to struggle. So let's go to our prediction desk and start with the question and Tiki Barber's immediate answer. Little prediction game. Mets are about to play 4 games in San Francisco beginning tonight. Okay, Robbie Ray tonight. Logan Webb's going to pitch the wrapper-upper on Sunday. How many runs will the Mets score in these 4 games? Tiki Barber. 8. That's a problem.
Of course it is. 8. Way off. They scored 9 on Sunday or Saturday.
The Mets had 2 games in this series in which they scored more than Tiki's entire series prediction.
I was wrong.
You were very wrong. You were embarrassed. But let's see how else we did. Want to go to you, Sean Morash?
Sure, we can go to me.
All right.
I think it's a very good Friday for the Yankees.
No, that's not it. That's a Yankee prediction.
Sorry, I had 2 Morash predictions. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go 14, but I think they have a game where they score like 9 runs.
Well, they did.
Wow.
They did have a game where they scored 9 runs.
There we go.
They also had a game where they scored 10 runs. All right, what did I say? Yeah, I think they're going to score 18 runs in these 4 games. And look, I didn't give them enough credit. The Mets ended up scoring 26 runs in these 4 games.
Incredible.
And let that be a reminder, it's baseball. And we shouldn't judge 6 games like it's the end-all, be-all.
No, you should just judge lineups. Mendy.
What does that mean?
Mark Vientos?
Oh, yeah.
After we implored for him to get playing time?
Yes.
Dude's hitting, Friday he was hitting, or Saturday he was hitting like 530.
Dude, he was
Now
awesome.
I think he's 470, whatever the heck he is, but he's been unbelievable.
That made a big impact on it. And look, you just gave him a little bit of an opportunity, a little bit of a crack, and he showed enough for Mendy to keep him in the lineup every day. And it's funny, as the Mets begin a new homestand tomorrow, I don't think there's any question Mark Vientos is an everyday player.
100%.
Until proven otherwise.
But you know what? He has to be.
Yeah.
He's a young player who you don't know what he is. You can't play him every 2 days or 3 days and say, we're going to figure out who he is. Play him every day, and you'll figure out who he is.
He's shown you enough signs that he's intoxicating,
Yes.
where you got to play him. He just had this awesome road trip. He was the star of the series in San Francisco. You got to run him out there every single day. So nice little breakout by the Mets offense, scoring 26 runs in this 4-game series. The other prediction I do want to give credit to is Sean. We sat around on opening day at Yankee Stadium and predicted what would happen that day. I wasn't thinking I was going to play any of this, but Sean's prediction was so scarily close to being spot on that it's worthy of some praise.
I think it's a very good Friday for the Yankees. They win 6-2 on 3 home runs, Judge, Stanton, and Ben Rice today.
So they win 8-2.
Yeah.
So you're off by 2
So you were
runs.
just waiting for Stanton's home run.
Yep.
But he got the other ones. He got a
I know.
Judge home run, and he got a Ben Rice home run. So good job by you.
Thank
Sean.
you. Good Friday for me.
Absolutely. Good Friday for everybody. Now, here's the negative of Yankee Stadium, because a lot has been made of the ice cream and the chicken buckets and the food lines. But this is something that I noticed at opening day. Sean and I conversed about it briefly, and then I have seen that other Yankee fans strongly agree with this. So I think we got the wind at our back. You're at a Yankee game. We're not at a concert. We're not at a Brooklyn Nets game. We don't need to blast sound effects and music as loud as they do after every pitch. And I know I sound like an old man complaining about this.
I don't know if I noticed that.
What?
I honestly don't think I noticed that.
My ears were ringing by the 8th inning, man. Like full-blown headache.
Huh.
You didn't notice that? Well, you weren't there long enough.
I mean, I saw a complete game.
Well, you got to 5 innings.
Yes.
You saw an official game.
Official game.
Yeah.
Official game.
Yeah.
My daughter was calling me like, I need to go pick up some squishies and Neatos.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Look, I left in the 8th inning. I think it was right before that bottom of the 8th inning ended. I said to Sean and a few of the other guys there, Jake and Joe's McFly.
Yeah.
I said, I'm out. I've seen you guys smile too much.
Right.
I'm getting the hell out of here.
I don't remember that, though.
Sean, how bad was it?
It was bad. So it was bad. I want to make this clear. It was bad last year, and I don't know if they've like revved it up even more. We're not used to it, but it's every pitch, and even more. It's one thing to deal with it in the stadium where it's bothering you. It's now becoming distracting on TV as well.
Yeah, you hear it.
Every pitch. Now, I don't mind that every once in a while you want to do the Backstreet Boys thing or the Seven Nation Army thing and get the crowd into it. But that gets diluted when you're doing this every single pitch. It just does. It's distracting. It's not the Barclays Center for Nets Timberwolves.
No, and I hate to pick on the Nets, but we will. The Nets do it because the arena doesn't have a buzz to it. It doesn't have a loud sound to it. The Yankees don't have to do this. Right. In fact, I'll give you an example in this town where it's nice, light organ music, and that's the Knicks. Like, the Knicks are not blasting music at Madison Square Garden. And I'm 42 years old, so I'm not 80, I'm not 70, I'm not the old man on the lawn, even if it sounds that way. I just think it's absurd. And it was obvious on Friday, and Sean, you made a great point. Watching the weekend games, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
Like, just watching the games on TV.
And I don't know if it was in my head because we went to the game Friday, but I just, Saturday and Sunday watching those games, I'm like, it doesn't stop. It's distracting from the game. It just doesn't stop.
And they don't need it.
No.
They're the New York bleeping Yankees. They don't need loud sounds every 30 seconds. Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. John is in Garden City. Good morning, John.
Good morning, guys. So, as you guys probably have known, I've called about Yankees and Rangers. So yesterday was Easter.
Right.
And by the way, I think the Yankees should have played the Sunday before that they were off and given us Easter off. I had to do family. I have Yankees and Rangers. I was talking to someone who had been to neither ever. So I gave this woman, she's a single mom, and her son, I gave them my tickets to the Yankees and the Rangers. I felt so bad. They left the Yankee game after the Ben Rice home run so they could get to the Rangers.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, imagine if it wasn't a year that the Yankees stunk and like the crazy Ranger fans and Yankee fans, it was like a big, like a playoff push or something. People would have been rioting if they had to do both.
Yeah.
One baseball point.
Yeah.
What happened to Grishik? Why didn't he hit? Isn't he on the bench too? Like, I mean, did they use him?
That's a great point. What about? Well, hold on a second. Now I'm trying to think. Like,
that was the other guy I thought they should have went to yesterday.
Yeah. So you had both Randall Grichuk, who's here to hit left-handed pitching, and Paul Goldschmidt. But it wasn't against the lefty; it was against the righty. So I think that's the thing he was being confused about. You're facing a right-handed pitcher, and this was about the lefty bat because Bender's also really tough against right-hand hitters. So I take that last part back about Grichuk. You're facing a righty, and the thing about Goldschmidt, more so than even Grichuk, is that Paul Goldschmidt wasn't a platoon player his entire career. That's a recent phenomenon because as he's gotten older, he's become more of a masher of lefties who doesn't hit righties well.
But we saw that last season where he'd come in as a pinch hitter.
Well, he also started most of the season.
I know, but even when he wasn't, he'd be a pinch hitter, and you could trust him off the bench.
Yeah, but he was better against left-handers than right-handers. But I think in this case, you got to throw out the lefty-righty thing. Again, I understand Bender's splits, but it's about trusting the person. So I forget Randall Grichuk. I don't think he would have made sense in that spot. It's either Goldschmidt or it's Escara. And in the case of what Boone should have done, to me, I go with the better player. Like, I think what Mendy's decision, why it was so different, is while Jared Young had a great weekend, and I give him all the respect in the world, Jared Young does not have this long resume, right? It's not like, oh, he's 3 for 3. I have to keep him in against a lefty. Like, I think when you're talking about two players that neither are stars, neither has that resume, you're playing more of the matchups. But in the Yankee case, you had a guy in Goldschmidt who has a great resume.
Right.
So that's where I would differ on Boone's decision, even though Sean's become a shill.
Suck it!
You trying to steal Big Mac's shtick?
Absolutely not. I have a different shtick than Big Mac. It's called being realistic on both ends of the spectrum.
You don't have to take a shot at him.
It was Chris McMonaco.
What do you mean?
His fat ass.
It sounds like you just took a shot at him for no reason.
I'm just presenting my case.
All I know is you didn't do an hour and a half podcast on the Yankees last night.
No, I'm knee-deep in Giants draft coverage on 15 different podcasts.
We got it all covered around here. Let's go to David in Pennsylvania. Hey, David.
Hey, what's up? I'm just here to talk about that the Yes Network isn't in Pennsylvania. So, I got home. It's happy that the Yankee game got delayed so I could watch it, but I couldn't watch it because the Yes Network's not down here.
That does stink. But may I ask, do you have off from school on the Monday after Easter?
Yeah, I have off of school today.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
You're at spring break, right? Nice. You have spring break now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's spring break.
Yeah, my kids are off from school.
Yeah. Oh, wow. All right, my kids were last week. Good for you, David. You got any big plans for spring break?
Yeah, we're going to go to Knoebels. And I also got a couple baseball tournaments.
Nice. Nice. Well, good luck to you on the baseball tournament.
Yeah, the Yes.
Tis the season.
Tis the season, baby. Yeah, the Yes Network and where it's located and where you have access to it sucks. And I've always talked about this, that you should have the ability to subscribe to your team on the MLB app, no matter where you are, and be able to watch your team. So I assume living in Pennsylvania that maybe they're in that blackout restriction, which I think should be lifted. But that would be the best way to solve any kind of issues where you can't consume games. Because, look, unfortunately, most of the games are on Yes Network. So for young David, he's going to miss a lot of games if he doesn't have access to it.
Or you could just ask his remote.
What?
You could ask his remote like Larry David does.
Oh, right. But he can't get their Yes Network. You just can't get it.
I know.
You know why I don't like that?
That's not funny.
You're making,
it wasn't funny, though.
You're making an unfunny joke to a kid who just wants to watch his Yankees.
It's not to the kid. That's the joke. The commercial everybody's complaining about. You're just talking to the remote.
You think young David's laughing at your joke right now? You
I
think
think
he's like, that's so funny.
It's also a very unique humor that some people don't care about.
Okay.
I know you do.
I'm sorry.
Right? Certain demographics don't really care about.
I'll back into my comedy corner over here. I'm sorry, guys.
I just feel bad for David. He wants to watch the Yankees, and you're making jokes at his expense.
This is the whole regional sports network thing. They need to consolidate them. Like you said, if you live in, let's say Oregon, and you love the Yankees, you should be able to get the Yankees.
Well,
somehow.
there's no issue there because there's no blackout restriction.
Right.
So if you subscribe to the MLB app living that far away, you'll get them. You'll get every game except for the local team that's restricted. So if you're in certain parts of Pennsylvania or New Jersey,
But why
or New
is it
York,
restricted in Pennsylvania?
I guess certain parts of it maybe. I don't know if all of it is. Certain parts of it just they're
But
in that zone.
that makes no sense to me.
He had like that Philly type of accent, so I don't know where he is in Pennsylvania. It might just be the Phillies are the regional team there, and they don't get the regional Yes Network over there. you know?
No, but my point is if you get the MLB app, you would get access to the Yankees unless there's a blackout in effect. And that blackout window or that blackout umbrella.
It's funny. As much as I
stretches-
understand stuff, the blackout thing it doesn't register in my head.
I know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
You want to know why? Because it's stupid.
Right.
And you're a smart guy. And you know what Tiki doesn't understand? He doesn't understand stupid, which I respect. That's why half the time he doesn't know what I'm saying. Let's go. See, that's funny right there, Sean.
I'm not giving you a laugh the rest of the show.
Mike is in Hawthorne, New Jersey. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
Hello, Mike.
Mike.
Hey, guys.
Hey, dude.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, I'm just trying to chime in on what you guys are saying about, the music at the Yankee games, man. It is unbearable. Every pitch, it's just absolute noise. It just disrupts the flow of the game. It's just a nightmare. They need to stop.
I don't understand the thinking behind it. Like Yankee Stadium has a really good vibe. And the beauty of baseball is you don't need noise the entire time. Like you can have those quiet moments of a baseball game.
Right.
And when it's necessary for the crowd to get loud, Yankee Stadium gets loud. Citi Field's the same way. New Yorkers are awesome. Like we're such a good baseball town. We know when to get loud. So why do we need that?
Yeah, who are you entertaining with that?
I don't know. Are you telling me 17-year-olds really like that? You're telling me 25-year-olds need loud banging music in the middle of a Yankee game? It's unnecessary. Again, I ain't that old. I'm 42 years old. I'm not the old man.
I didn't know if I noticed it, but it does seem unnecessary. Because what's the point?
You know what's going to happen now, Tiki? And this is from an episode of How I Met Your Mother, one of the great shows of all time, where the friends go around the room and they reveal something they don't like about each of the friends. And there's this glass breaking sound like we use for breaking news, because once you hear something, you can't take it back. So, like, if I had a bad habit and all of a sudden Sean's like, yeah, Evan does this all the time, you will always notice the bad habit, and it's like the breaking of the glass. You can't go to another Yankee game without hearing the loud music after every pitch.
Because I'm now aware of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's going to jump out at you. Let's go to Richie in Queens. Hey, Richie.
Hey, guys, real quick, I got a couple of points on the Mets and the Yankees, but I'm in PA, guys, now, and I get the Yankees. I don't get the Nets. So it depends on where you are.
What?
So at least
that's weird.
That's it. Yeah, it is weird, but I guess everything's weird.
Richie,
don't get me with the MLB package.
Richie, you said Nets. You don't get the Nets or Mets?
I don't get the Nets.
Wow,
they're on the same network.
What the world? That makes no
I know,
sense.
but I get soccer. When the Nets come on, I don't get them.
Wow.
All right, now real quick, with you, good job beating me up this week, Ev. And we you know what? I don't get too crazy about early in the game, but we're going to have a horrific year. We have no length other than Webb for the starters. Our bullpen, we lost Duvall. We lost Rogers. We lost the kid Rodriguez is hurt. And Eric Miller's a shell of what he was. And we got the worst leadoff hitter in the last 20 years in Willie Adames, who has a 2.8 on-base percentage. With the Yankees, real quick, the thing that's going to hurt them is that I think Bednar and Duvall are not going to be – Lagrange is going to be a big part of this team. And Weathers is what he is.
Yeah.
Everybody says they get caught up with the velocity. It's obviously initial guys throw 98 with no movement. He is what he is. But I think – and also McMahon's going to hurt them a little bit too at third base. And
Well, a couple things. Let's get to the bullpen, because coming into this season, that was my biggest concern about the Yankees. And after 2 days, Sean declared victory. As soon as Evan said the bullpen was a problem, I knew it would be amazing. I'll make you this prediction about the Yankee bullpen and the unevenness of it. When we are sitting here the day after Labor Day, right, that Tuesday after Labor Day, football's here, baseball pennant races are here, the New York Yankee bullpen, in my opinion, will look very different than it looks today.
Yeah, because as good as David Bednar has been, he's 5 for 5, right, in save opportunities. I think maybe it's 4, but no, I think it is 5 because he had 3 going into when we talked to him. He had 3, so he's good, but he scares the hell out of you, right? He'll put tons of traffic on the base and then find his way out of it. But that's only sustainable for so long. Eventually, somebody's going to start beating you around.
I think David Bednar is a good closer.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a great closer.
Yeah.
I think he's
he
a good
doesn't have
closer.
he doesn't have the blow away stuff. He just wants to get ground balls and get outs.
And sometimes you get a ground ball right at your second baseman, and your second baseman takes his sweet-ass time fielding it and throwing it, and it turns into an infield hit.
Yeah.
That was Saturday night, if you missed it, with Jazz Chisholm, who I'm a fan of. I love Jazz, but, I mean...
Chisholm!
Have to play, Jazz!
And you play the shift, and, a routine ground ball to shortstop gets through the hole.
That happens, too. That does happen, too.
Drives me insane.
But David Bednar is not the issue to me. It's not. There's a lot of guys in that bullpen that are projects. Jake Bird is a project. Ryan Weathers will eventually move to the bullpen. He's a project. The Rule 5 draft pick, Cade Winquist, does he exist?
I mean, he finally warms up last night in the 9th inning with no hat, by the way, which I thought was weird. Why are we so worried about losing a guy you don't even care to go to? Well, I can't figure that out.
I think it's because of where they are with the starting rotation. Because you're right, Weathers will eventually go back or likely go down into the bullpen. Who knows what Legrange is going to be like and where he's going to ultimately end up. But I think they're biding time until they're fully healthy with the starting rotation.
I totally get that. But again, you spent the pick on Cade Winquist, and the whole idea is, well, if he goes down, then you lose him.
Right. He has to be on the Major League roster the entire season.
So we all agree on that. So either way, why is he not even seeing why does Paul Blackburn have to pitch at every sign of trouble? Right. I don't understand.
You don't have it's like not having another reliever.
Yeah. If you care that much to protect him, then you should care that much that he's able to pitch in some of these games. No?
I forgot he existed. I have to be honest. I totally forgot that he was on the roster because he hasn't pitched yet. But I think between Brian Cashman's aggressiveness in late July, which he will be, between the rotation getting healthier and so certain starters moving to the bullpen, I just believe this Yankee bullpen is going to look completely different. So it doesn't mean we shouldn't evaluate Jake Bird. We shouldn't evaluate the guys that are here right now. But I just know it's going to be different. It is their biggest concern. It'll probably end up being their biggest concern. And then Brian Cashman's going to do a bunch of crazy crap in late July. In fact, you want to get crazy? You want to get really wacky?
Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. Padres fall out of it, and you go nuts for Mason Miller.
I mean,
and then all of a sudden you got Mason Miller throwing 150 miles per hour, and then David Bednar becomes the 8th inning guy, and he likes it because Mason Miller's towing the rubber. The thing you guys got to decide on, and this is a really complicated question, chew on it. You don't have to answer it now. Maybe you answer it in July. Give it some time. You willing to trade George Lombard Jr.? Because that's what it's going to take. But hey.
I don't love that.
I know. Especially with the way your left side of the infield looks right now.
Volpe, no value?
Anthony Volpe. He's on his way back. The more you watch Caballero, the more you're like, hey, Volpe, how you feeling? Let's go to Vinny in Wayne, New Jersey. Hey, Vinny. Vinny going once. Vinny going twice. Vinny is gone. We'll go to Raniery in New Jersey. Good morning, Raniery.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Regarding the noise at the stadiums, unfortunately, it's not just Yankee Stadium. Like, for example, being a Mets fan living in Jersey, every time the Mets come play the Phillies, I go to every game. And there have been a few times where I've been sitting right near the speakers, and it's awful. Yeah. It's to the point where I have a massive headache by the 7th, 8th inning. And unfortunately, Citi Fields had the same issue. The few times I've been there, if you're near the speakers, it's just too much. And I wish they would just turn it down.
Yeah, they should. I don't know what made them change this, why they felt Yankee Stadium needed that loudness. But I think it's important for people to express their displeasure because the Yankees are a business, man. They want to make you happy, right? They want the consumer happy. If they realize enough consumers are bothered by the loudness, maybe they'll do something about it. That's just me. But it's crazy, man. Very loud.
Every time.
Yeah, that 2-strike thing is just obnoxious.
Oh.
Is that from Star Wars?
I don't know, but we clap enough on 2 strikes.
Yeah, I
we
think
don't
it
need
is.
that.
That sounds like a Star Wars.
I almost find it to be insulting. Like, you guys, you people, or at least your fathers and mothers, or grandmothers and grandfathers, created the 2-strike chant. That was you guys.
Yes.
Some of you guys are obviously still around. Why do those people, Yankee fans, need help? They don't need any damn help.
Well, maybe they're looking down at their phone and just kind of unaware. And
Do you think that's the case, though? Do you think people
I don't
make
think
less
so.
noise
I'm
in
just making it up.
2026? Because of the phone stuff? It's a fair question.
Honestly, probably yes.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you were paying attention to people around us when we were there at opening day. There was a guy sitting in front of us who was literally on his video just waiting to tape anything. Like, not even enjoying being there. He just had his phone out, open, holding it in his hand with the record button ready to be pushed. Just like this the whole time.
What was he waiting for?
I haven't
judged
anything.
He's right, because I catch
Anything.
myself doing it sometimes, and I'm like, just stop, live in the moment, right?
Exactly. Live in the moment.
That's why.
Trust me, somebody else with a better camera angle, with a better view of whatever's going to happen is going to have video of it.
That's a great point.
You don't have to say, I was there. Look, I shot it myself. Just say, I was there. Here's my ticket if you don't believe me.
That's a good point.
It just makes no sense why people film everything.
That's a good point. You could just find the video elsewhere.
Exactly.
You don't need to be the
and
one
it will
filming
be much better than yours. I promise you.
It's that time of day where we guess the Yankee turning point. Of course, this is Sunday's game, the game that got delayed by 3.5 hours. Started after 5 o'clock, went over 3 hours, so didn't end till about 8:30 last night. To me, this is straightforward, Tiki.
Yeah.
Graham Pauley's 2-run double against Jake Bird. He came in with the lead. Bird was ahead of him 1-2. He threw a sweeper right in the middle of the plate, and he crushed it to give the Marlins a 5-4 lead. So I'm going to go Graham Pauley 2-run double as my final answer.
I want to agree with you, and I think I am going to agree with you, but it very well easily could have been the hit by pitch before. So, but I'm going to say Graham Pauley as well. Pinch hitter comes in, crushes it.
So Pauley, sure? Both of you?
Sure. Yes.
Bird in some big-time hot water. 0-2 pitch. Bases loaded. The pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, hit down the right field line, all kinds of trouble. Coming in to score is Marcy. Lopez right behind him. And Conine to third. 2-run double by Graham Pauley, and Miami has taken the lead at 5-4 here in the 8th inning.
We nailed it.
I tell you, the
That was an easy
Marlins
one.
the Marlins fans there were rocking.
You didn't hear them crushing the ballpark that day?
Jeez.
Yeah. There's not many of them. There's your turning point every day following a Yankee game between 10 and 11, especially if you've heard the Yankee postgame show or you just want to play along. We will play and guess as well. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. One of the big stories from this weekend, the injury to Juan Soto. He didn't play Saturday and Sunday. How concerned should Met fans be? We'll address it coming up, plus our thoughts on the firing of Patrick Waugh. A lot to get to on this busy Monday. It's Evan and Tiki till 2 o'clock.
HSS is ranked number 1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. With locations across the tri-state area, HSS specializes in care for the hip, knees, back, neck, and beyond, including everyday joint pain, fractures, spine care, and more. Most insurance plans are accepted. Choose better, move better. Appointments available at hss.edu.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The big winners from the weekend in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Nuggets beat the Spurs in an instant classic on Saturday. The Lakers lost again last night. Reeves and Doncic are both out for an extended period of time. And it looks like Denver may get the 3 seed in the West, which means Oklahoma City as the 1 will have an easy path to the Western Conference Final, while Denver and San Antonio would duke it out in round number 2. I'm Nick Costos.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024. Savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All new Dunkin' Zero. Only 20 calories, 0 sugar. The all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon? Wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sun Zest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero. Only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0 fruit juice. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Hey fans, on Sunday, April 19th, when the Yankees take on the Royals, take your family out to the ballpark for the chance to receive a very special kids giveaway. It's Hershey Park Kids Ticket Giveaway Day. The first 10,000 kids, 14 and younger in attendance, will receive a Hershey Park Kids ticket, courtesy of Hershey Park. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. That's the Yankees and Royals on Hershey Park Kids Ticket Giveaway Day, Sunday, April 19th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
My perfect day has sand, salt, water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
The other big piece of news from over the weekend that could develop into a much bigger story as the days go on, or it could become a nothing burger, is the calf of Juan Soto. Because when Juan Soto left Friday night's game with what we didn't know what the injury was because it wasn't obvious. You saw him running to third base and like pulling up slowly.
If you watched it, you could tell it was soft tissue.
You knew?
Yeah. I didn't know what part.
Right.
I thought it was hamstring, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because,
is it better that it was a calf issue?
No, because calf means Achilles at some point.
But it usually doesn't in baseball because that was the other thing that was going through my mind. So The Mets announced after the game he has a calf issue. He's going to have an MRI on Saturday. They didn't announce the results of the MRI until Saturday night. Juan Soto came out and said, it's a no-biggie spot. It's day-to-day, feeling a little bit better. Not sure if I'm going to go on the IL. But I had the Achilles on my mind as well because it feels like we're accustomed to that. Like if a basketball player has a calf issue, that's how the Kevin Durant thing started, or Aaron Rodgers, you're like, oh, crap. Like this could lead to something bigger. In the history of baseball, when you look at calf issues, it hasn't really led to that. Now, it can be tricky. Like Mike Trout missed a lot of time a couple of years ago with it. But
I think in baseball, because there aren't a ton of explosive moments. I mean, if you're really busting it, let's say like he was trying to go first to third or first to home, then maybe. But there isn't that sudden, I don't know which way I'm going. Oh my God, I'm changing direction. I plant and I try to push off, and that's when your Achilles goes. Baseball doesn't have that a ton, and it's a pretty controllable surface because it's grass, perfectly manicured, and dirt. So you're probably right. It's not going to ultimately lead to an Achilles, but anything soft tissue and lower body this early in the season, you want to take it easy on.
Well,
you don't want it to linger. That's what becomes a pain in the ass when you can't get rid of it.
That was the number one thing that jumped out at me, which is, yes, I want Juan Soto in the lineup, and yes, Juan Soto has rarely missed time throughout his major league career, which is damn impressive, but you've got to be cautious. Like, it would be stupid to rush this guy back in the lineup. It is April. It's early April, and you can tell me all day that every game counts. I know every game counts. I know the Mets lost on a tiebreaker last year. I get it. But when someone that important is dealing with an injury that right now is minor but could turn into something major, you've got to be extra cautious. So he doesn't play the rest of Friday's game, doesn't play Saturday, doesn't play Sunday. No biggie, because the Mets go out and score a ton of runs.
All right. Well, Saturday it didn't matter because they scored 9 runs. Sunday, Jared Young was fantastic.
Yep.
He had 3 hits and threw somebody out at second base. So it's like
they overcame it.
Yeah. Right. And that's what you just have to hope for.
You're not going to overcome it for an extended period of time, I don't think. He's that valuable of a player. But as they go into Tuesday night and this homestand, I am not going to be upset if he goes on the IL. Like, I think you got to play it smart. And keep this in mind, if he goes on the IL, he could still be activated, if I'm not mistaken, if my math is correct, as soon as early in the Dodgers series the following week.
Yeah.
So it's not like he'd be out for that long. So I'm on the side of err with caution, make sure he's okay, because he's way too valuable. Now, it does feel like Francisco Lindor has been greatly affected by it, because since Juan Soto's gotten hurt, I think he's 1 for his last 14. Now, that could also be just Lindor is a slow starter, which we've grown accustomed to. And it's frustrating, but you know that Lindor's going to wake up, so we don't have to get nuts about it. But sure, I mean, you expect guys to step up when your best player is out. And guys have stepped up over the last 2.5 days. One of those guys is not Francisco Lindor.
No, it's been Mark Vientos. It's been Torrens.
Yeah.
It's different guys.
Bo Bichette has driven in a bunch of
100%.
runs. Even Jorge Polanco, who was quiet, got the big double that started the rally going. You need guys to step up, and the Mets were able to do it. When do you think Juan Soto plays again?
2.5 weeks.
Really?
Yep.
See, I think he's going to play on Tuesday. And I'm not saying that like it's a good thing. Because like I just said, I'd rather say, hey, you know what, Juan? We're going to protect you from yourself. Sit a week out.
If he plays on Tuesday, which is tomorrow.
Yes. I should have said tomorrow. My bad. I don't know why I said Tuesday. Clown. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He's not going to be 100%. And so he's just playing to play. Because when you feel something, it's at least a week before you stop feeling the pain or the strain or whatever the heck it might have been, and you feel like this is just I'm recovering and it doesn't feel bad anymore. I can push through it. That's at least a week. So if he plays tomorrow, then I don't know. I would be surprised if he plays tomorrow.
What was the injury? And I'm putting this on you guys because this is something I would remember, but I have an excuse. I went to London, okay? And the Mets were in London in 2024. But that was the day in which Juan Soto got hurt, and you guys as Yankee fans was freaking out. And I think he ended up missing like a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he definitely didn't go on the IL, but maybe it was 2 days. It was an injury, and it was right as they were playing the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't know why that jumps out at me. And
I don't remember what that injury was.
Injury? Yeah.
Was it a groin?
No, I'm looking because he had another injury in September that wasn't this one, and that's all that's popping up right now off the knee.
No, it was something else.
I know. But now I'm searching it.
I found it. Juan Soto pummeled into the fence and injured his hand and forearm.
And he was flexing.
Yeah.
He couldn't stop flexing it.
Yeah. That's what it was.
And then it was
okay, so that's a bruise, though.
Right.
That's likely something. It's a contusion injury. So that's a matter of you're not hurt, but it's painful, and so don't push through the pain. Just take a couple of days and come back. But soft tissue injuries are different.
No, it's dangerous
because there's definitely a tear, but it's how big or minor it is. It's how minor or major it is, and it's probably just a minor little tear. It just happens, and ultimately it'll heal itself, and you'll be fine. But you don't want to rush it back because if you make it worse, then it goes even longer.
It was ahead of the series with the Dodgers. Elbow inflammation was what they called it, and I think he missed Friday, Saturday, ended up pinch hitting on Sunday.
But you were nervous, remember that?
Of course I was.
You were freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm not overly nervous until he starts playing again.
Right.
Because
but here's the thing.
I agree that I would take it easy.
Here's the thing. It's not anything that has any chance of risking the long-term health of him this season. It's not like Aaron Judge with his elbow last year. Remember? The throwing elbow?
Yeah.
And our minds were saying, yeah, it's nothing. And then he's like lofting the ball in. He's like, dude, this
right. It affected his play.
You start saying this could be Tommy John.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was a thought, yeah.
Juan Soto is not even anywhere close to that. So I think he's going to be fine, but I do think he should take his time.
Absolutely. I think you need to be cautious. It also creates opportunities to give other guys a chance.
Right.
I mean, Jared Young, I know I've been tough on Jared Young over the last couple of years, usually whining and complaining that Carlos Mendoza has a love affair with him and sticking him in the lineup, but he's played really well.
Yeah.
Like he had an outfield assist the other night. Even at first base, he's looked good defensively. He's gotten a bunch of hits. This is a great moment for Jared Young to continue to get at-bats. I'm all in favor of guys who are performing to be rewarded for it. So it's an opportunity. It's also really early in the season. And you tell me, because I'm no expert on soft tissue body health, but on Tuesday night, that's tomorrow night, it's probably going to be 40 degrees when the Mets are playing the Diamondbacks. My assumption is that weather is probably not good for soft tissue injuries.
Right. No, it's not.
Is that a fair statement?
It is. Yes and no, because ultimately you're going to warm yourself up so you'll be fine. You're not going to go out there cold.
Juan Soto.
But at the same time, if you're standing around and just not active and then you try to run, it's not good.
Yes.
You're better off being warmed.
One other thing from that Friday night game where Juan Soto got hurt, and I don't know if you guys missed this, but it was so noticeable that Gary Cohen and Todd Zeal stopped the broadcast to address it. But there was a Giants fan, San Francisco Giants fan, who during one of the quiet moments, maybe this is why the Yankees blast loud music, during one of the quiet moments decided to trash talk the Mets, and in doing so put over the New York Yankees. Take a listen to this fan.
Lindor got it all started with a first inning single. And he takes a splitter down. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Giants, wake up! The Yankees left town last week. This is the B team. Wake up!
Takes a strike and it's 1-2. Sometimes there's just one guy, and you can hear him over all the din.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
that almost sounds like a plant, like fake.
You think a Yankee fan planted it just to get attention? Is that what you're saying?
It's almost like the broadcast planted it.
Why would the SNY plant basically a guy saying the Mets are the B team?
Because
the Yankees have left town.
I don't know, but you hear the announcer, blah, 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 blah. Stop.
Yeah.
1 beat, 2 beat. Come on, Giants! The Yankees left town last week. This is the B team. Beat, announcer.
Well, I think
it's like it was too perfect.
My gut
it was right in the silence.
My gut is Gary Cohen, heard the man start talking, listened to it, and even though Gary, not exactly a fan of the Yankees, even he had to say, that was funny.
Mets suck.
They were laughing. They were both laughing at it.
It was just, I admit it was funny. It's like something Sean would scream at a game.
That's awesome.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That guy is me.
The exact same thing. I thought of Sean the other day. So Mike Vaccaro wrote that book, The Bosses of the Bronx. And we're going to have Mike on in a couple of days. It's a great book. I'm already done with it. I finished the whole book. And one of the things I learned about George Steinbrenner, which maybe a lot of people knew, I wasn't aware of it, he was a guest columnist for the New York Post during the Mets Red Sox World Series of 1986. Imagine that. The owner of the Yankees was a guest columnist during the World Series from hell between the Mets and the Red Sox. And George Steinbrenner, for those that don't remember, the Red Sox won Game 1 and 2 of that World Series at Shea Stadium. So they were up 2-0, right? Looked like the Red Sox were going to win the World Series. Steinbrenner begins his column after the Red Sox go up 2-0. And I could have sworn Sean Morash would have done this on WFAN if this happens down the road. Like if the Mets play the Blue Jays in the World Series and get smacked in the first 2 games, can you not imagine Sean quoting exactly what George Steinbrenner said to begin his column? He wrote, "Hey Mets, welcome to the American League East."
That's good. That is good.
That is solid.
What a douchey comment.
But it's solid.
It is solid. But that's like your Yankee Met trash talk. And that guy was a Giants fan doing trash talk at the Mets. Meanwhile, Mets didn't lose another game after that guy opened his mouth.
Right.
So he was the ultimate jinx. Maybe he got the Mets going with those comments.
So we're going to get new T-shirts that say the B team? That's going to be the new rallying cry?
You know what? I'll take any rallying cry that leads to victories. I will go around saying we're the B team if that means the B team becomes the A team and wins a world championship. I got no problem with that. Let's go to Steve in White House Station. What's up, Steve?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Listen, I know we're in the New York area, but we got to give Joe Adell of the Angels some props for those 3 home run robberies
that was
the
amazing.
other night.
Especially
all 3,
Steve, the third one.
I'm telling you, all 3 going to the same outfielder, and they won the game 1-0.
Yeah.
I would love to know if you guys know of a better defensive performance ever, because I don't.
No, I think, the easy answer is no. Like, I'm sure that Ozzie Smith had individual games that were incredible, where there were individual defenders that made numerous great plays. But when you factor in 1-0, and you factor in not 1, not 2, but 3 stolen home runs, especially the third one. The third one was one of the great all-time plays you'll ever see because he fell into the right field stands upon making the catch.
Yeah. I always felt like
unbelievable.
If you robbed the home run like that, or a foul ball, whatever, and you went over the wall without touching you down before you went over the wall, it should still be a home run.
As long as you catch it in the field of play or as you're in the field of play, it counts. You cannot jump over the fence and catch a home run.
What Tiki just stumbled on is the biggest controversy from the weekend on the internet.
Yeah.
People were praising that should be a rule change.
So
wait, it should be a rule change?
So the first 2 robberies. Yeah. Like sometimes you see those robberies and you're like, yeah, just he made it look like it was going out. That thing wasn't going to go out.
Right.
He was over the fence. Right. Like he's catching the ball and his glove is over the fence. Those were robberies. The third one, when he's running into the short wall in right field, he jumps for it. He never touches back down in the field of play and goes over the fence. Right?
Yes.
To me, that's a home run.
Why?
Because
it's not a home
he
run.
never it's like
it's got to be football now.
To me it's like football.
No,
you have to establish yourself in the field of play in order, or cricket. You don't watch cricket, so you have no idea.
No,
but if you hit the ball out of the ring or out of the field of play, it's a 6. You score 6 runs. But if you jump and catch it and throw it back in bounds, then they'll only get 2 runs because they have to run across the pitch. So, but if you land out of bounds, it's still 6. You know what I mean? Like if you land over over
the fence.
Over the fence, it's still 6. So why is that not the case in baseball?
Because he technically caught the baseball in the field of play.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He was in the air. He didn't. He wasn't over the fence when he caught it.
A lot of people agree with you. This became a huge thing yesterday.
I could see it. It was the first thing I thought. In my mind, I don't know why I thought it was.
Yeah, but what are you and others suggesting then? Like I know you can't speak for everybody.
In order for that to be a robbed home run,
right?
He has to stay in the field of play. So,
but where do you draw the line? So Derek Jeter's
his full body can't go into the stands.
I want to clarify. So Derek Jeter's foul ball catch, the infamous catch,
yes,
in which he's running and ends up in the stands. He obviously catches it in foul territory,
yes,
and then the momentum of him running,
yes, but
takes it in the stands.
He's touched down in play.
So there needs to be 2 feet on the ground?
No, just a foot or a hand or anything.
The suggesting on the internet yesterday was go college football version. If 1 foot does not touch back in the field of play, it is not a catch.
In fact, I'd go the extreme other way.
I just think it's weird because think about it.
Why?
think about Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
All right, Bo Jackson was a really good baseball player if he was healthy because
Yeah.
he was already jacked up hip and whatever
Sure,
it is.
sure.
But you remember him running up walls?
Yeah.
Right. So
My
imagine,
favorite is when he runs up
Yes.
like it was magic.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like
yeah.
that wall is vertical.
Yeah.
How
like
are
the
you
circle, the rainbow run.
Right. How
whatever
are
they
you
call
running
that.
across
Yeah.
that wall?
Yeah.
Right. But imagine him running up a wall, jumping and grabbing a ball that's like I don't know, 10 feet off the ground.
Right.
But he's like 3 feet into the stands. And so how is that in the field of play? That's a home run.
I got to be
and
honest.
then he lands in the stands.
I've always thought, like as a kid, and I know this sounds crazy. This is very Savannah banana rules. I've always thought, let the guys jump in the stands. Let it count as a catch. Now, obviously, that is not the case. Like, you can't, especially over that small fence in Anaheim, you can't jump in the stands, wait
Right.
for it to come down and catch it.
But isn't that the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing.
How is it not the same thing?
Because his momentum is taking him over the fence.
Yes, but when he
Like,
catches it, he is in the stands.
He's not over the fence.
He
at that
was
point.
over the fence.
He's jumping.
No, he was over the fence when he caught it.
Yeah, but I understand, but he wasn't in the stands when he caught it.
He
was
landed in the
jumping.
stands. He never established himself back into the field of play.
You really think that should be a home run? And Sean, you're saying the
My
internet
gut
made
when
a
I
big deal
see
of
that,
this?
my gut when I see that is that should be a home run. But when I also see it and the guy like hangs on and he's just barely staying in the field of play and then he pulls it back and he comes back. That's a robbed home run.
So I had never thought of this. And then the famous picture that's now out there from the last 2 days of Adele standing in the stands holding it. Several people who have like some kind of baseball following quote tweeted basically saying, kind of hot takey here, but I never thought this should be a catch.
Yeah.
It should be like football. And I never thought of it. It took the internet by storm the last 36 hours.
Like, in defense of this, for those who haven't seen, I'm sure most people have, he's jumping into the right field corner. He gets the ball on his glove, and he's in the air, but his feet are over the playing field, as he's jumping.
Yes, but
then because it's a small fence, he falls over.
Right,
Like,
yes.
that's a catch.
Well, the argument is that the momentum of the ball carries you out of the field of play and you don't get a single foot back down. The ball carries you out. That's a home run. Now, I don't even know where I fall on this, but I do find it to be an interesting debate. Like, yeah, I mean, think about that. In the NFL, imagine you were able to just go up and get a ball like that,
right.
But because you started in the field of play, you could rule it a catch?
You can't compare it. I don't like. I think the NFL comp or the college football comp, it doesn't work.
What about the Royal Rumble when you fall out? Both feet got a touch.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's more NBA.
You can't use a fake sport.
Okay, basketball, you got to have the feet ins or it's out of bounds. Like the other sports, this all is the case.
You know what? I'm so glad I don't get engulfed with the internet because I'm getting bothered by this debate. And if I saw it like all over the internet, it would have pissed me off. At least Tiki's explaining it in a very calm way. I think you're dead wrong, but I'm not mad at you. I'm boiling. I'm starting to boil.
I get that it's an out, and it's
Of course it's an out.
It's an exceptional catch, but I can understand why people say that's not a catch.
If they ever
that ball is, let's say, oh God, I can't even think of like a good example where it would make sense because it just physically couldn't happen. But if he jumped and his feet were outside of the fence on the spectator side of the fence and he caught that ball before hitting the ground, is that a home run?
Wait, say that one more time?
So let's say because that fence is low.
Right.
I mean, the fence is only, I don't know, what, 5 feet?
Well, that's the
3
thing.
feet high or
it's
4
a
feet high.
very small or not high fence, which is rare.
So he could almost step over it, right? So imagine he jumped in the air. He's gliding into the stands, hasn't touched into the stands yet, and then catches it and then lands in the stands.
Yeah, I think it would be a catch. I got to show you one because as you're saying this, I keep thinking of Fenway Park because Fenway Park in right center field and right field has a very non-tall fence.
Yeah.
What do you call? Oh, short fence.
Short, yes.
And so it's really unique to have a stadium like this. Like, it's not going to happen at Yankee Stadium for home run balls. Like, you'd have to get so high up.
Right.
The momentum to take you all the way to the stands is very difficult. But Anaheim, Fenway Park, Dodger Stadium, I feel like Kaufman Stadium, like some of those ballparks from the 60s and 70s would be the only ones that do it. But there's a home run ball that Austin Jackson caught as a member of the then Indians, in which it's the same thing. He flips over the bullpen fence as he makes the catch. You're telling me that's not a catch? I'm going to show you this one. Describe it. Do some play-by-play on this one.
Of course, it's a catch. This is Austin Jackson.
This is Hanley Ramirez of the Red Sox.
Hanley Ramirez.
Right center field. Watch this catch by Jackson.
I mean, that's similar.
He catches it and flips
It's
over.
similar. So he catches it, and his feet never established back in bound in the field of play, and he lands in the bullpen. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and it should be a catch. It really should. I can't believe people don't want that. I'd go the other way. Let them jump in the stands and make any play they want.
Yeah, that's what the Savannah Bananas do. If you have a foul ball and a fan catches it, it's an out.
The craziest part about Joe
That's
Adell's
awesome.
3 home run robberies is that Joe Adell is on my fantasy team. I was facing you guys this week. I don't get anything for him robbing home runs.
There's no defensive. There probably should be.
A defensive what?
Whatever, some metric in fantasy baseball.
That would blow people's minds. Can't do that.
But it would have to be it's like extra credit.
A robbing of a home run should be
something spectacular defensively. It should be extra credit.
Let's go to Sal in New Jersey. Hey, Sal.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
So my son was a minor league ball player in Double-A, and this happened to him. He hit the ball. Guy ran back, caught the ball, fell over the fence, and obviously I thought it was a home run, but it was called an out because the rule is if the feet are in the field of play, whether they're on the ground or not, it's an out.
And I agree with the rule. Like, I think we understand the rule. It's more what Tiki's saying is he thinks it should change. He thinks that shouldn't be ruled.
You have to be able to keep yourself in the field of play. That's the simple adjustment I think people are claiming or are clamoring
But
for.
momentum taking you out the way it did with Jeter, that's okay.
Yes, because he was in the field of play when he
so
caught
now
it.
we're doing the NFL rules of we're measuring, all right, did he have a foot down?
Well, it's just a matter of, so if you leave your feet and then you catch the ball, you have to get back in the field of play before going out of the field of play.
Let's go to Andrew in Lancaster. Hey, Andrew.
Yeah, not Lancaster, it's Long Island, but whatever.
Oh, sorry about that.
Adele, his butt was on the field side of the fence when he catches the ball and then goes over.
I understand
that. If the ball hits the fence, it's still in play.
I understand that.
So it's got to be an out.
I understand
He is in play, so I don't understand.
What do you? So all we're saying is because he doesn't land in the field of play.
Yeah, that's what makes it ridiculous because his body, as the ball is hitting the glove, his ass is against the fence and his legs are laying over the field of play.
I know this, but I'm not arguing this rule. I'm just saying it feels like it should be a home run.
Well, you guys want to ruin everything.
No.
Joe Adell has this all-time performance, and here's what Twitter and Tiki barbers say shouldn't count. You like the Grinches. You like the Grinches. It's like the gifts have been delivered, and you're like, well, I don't like the route Santa took. Like, come on now. We're being completely unreasonable. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019, the toll-free number, plus a shocking firing by one of our local teams. We address why it happened and how it happened, and if Sean Morash owes all of us an apology. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name-brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. It's also sponsored by the New York International Auto Show. Visit autoshowny.com.
Major Golf is kicking off this week, and Flag and Anthem ambassador Keegan Bradley will be head to toe in their gear just like me. Grab some new MVP polos made from the stretchiest performance fabric and look sharp on and off the course. Visit flagandanthem.com. Use code WFAN25 to get 25% off. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
The New York Auto Show, an experience you won't get anywhere else. 4 floors, hundreds of vehicles. See them, feel them, ride in them. Simulators, custom-built vehicles, family fun. Daily through this Sunday at the Javits Center. AutoShowNY.com.
Want to see Weezer live this summer? WFAN has your ticket and your trip. Win round-trip airfare, a 2-night hotel stay, concert tickets, a meet and greet, and an autograph set list. All thanks to Live Nation and Crush Music. Just log in to the free Odyssey app or visit Odyssey.com and listen for at least 1 hour now through April 19th. Come back and listen each day for more chances to win. Don't miss your shot to go away with Weezer. The Fan, Sports Radio 101.9 FM, WFAN, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Get in on the savings fund now at Nielsen Dodge during our lease pull-ahead event.
Get out of your current lease early and get into a new vehicle.
Don't wait for your lease to end. Upgrade now. We have hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams to choose from.
There's 0% financing available, 0 security deposit for qualified buyers with 0 down payment available.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S 4x4, just $259 a month.
Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
End your lease early and upgrade today.
So get out of the old and into the new.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge, fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deals sales event. With approval term 24 months, due at sign 8104, at tax tag 498, doc fee and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Plumbers, contractors, and HVAC technicians, delivering great work takes the right team backing you up. If you want to score big with your clients, get an assist from your local General Plumbing Supply. GPS's real experts in plumbing, heating, cooling, kitchen, and bath are waiting to help make your next project a layup. So while you're dealing with your own day-to-day madness of getting the right part at the right time with the service you deserve, trust the real experts at General Plumbing Supply. 1-800-CALL-GPS.
The final college basketball game is tonight, and FanDuel's giving all customers a profit boost. Build a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout, or try live betting and jump in after tip-off. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Just visit FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York to claim your first profit boost and keep the action going from now until the big championship. FanDuel, play your game. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure and has all the betting markets you could possibly want. The championship game is tonight, and FanDuel's giving all customers a profit boost so you can make the payout on your parlay that much larger. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy, delicious hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Love college basketball? Then it's time to gear up for another electric March with BetMGM.
From opening tip to buzzer beaters, this is where the action lives. Dive into every matchup with competitive odds, seamless gameplay, and the power to bet your way all season long. Whether you're backing your alma mater, riding the rankings, or chasing underdog stories, BetMGM puts you right in the heart of the game. Every possession matters, every rivalry hits harder, and every ticket feels bigger when you're playing with the sportsbook that makes March legendary. So get off the bench, join the huddle, and head for the net with BetMGM all season long. Problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word Boomer to save big at checkout. That's code word Boomer at chefiq.com.
Whenever water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Yesterday on Easter Sunday, we got the news the Islanders fired head coach Patrick Waugh and have hired Peter DeBoer. The Islanders wake up on the outside looking in of the playoffs and are 1 point back of the Flyers for the final spot in the Metro, 1 point back of the Senators for the final wild card spot, but the Islanders have played one more game than those two. They will not play again until Thursday night versus Toronto, allowing a couple days here for Peter DeBoer to set up this team for the final 4 games.
There's many things in life that when they happen, you're stunned by. And then when you give it a day, you do some research, you think about things, you realize, oh, wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, why did she break up with me? Doesn't really make any sense. I'm the greatest. Then you think about it and you're like, oh, yeah, that's probably a good reason why. When I woke up Sunday morning and I heard that the Islanders made the decision to fire Patrick Waugh, I was surprised. I was stunned because there are 4 games left in this season. And then you give it thought and you remind yourself, well, it's actually common to fire head coaches when there's only a handful of games left in the season. Look at the Golden Knights a couple of weeks ago. Even look at the New Jersey Devils not that long ago when Lou Lamoriello took the reins over, I forget who he was replacing, with about 2 or 3 games to go. Like, that happens in hockey. So, okay, check mark. You shouldn't be stunned. Then you think about how crappy the Islanders have played now for a considerable amount of time, but certainly recently on this 4-game losing streak where they've allowed 24 goals in the last 4 games. And as Sean mentioned, they've fallen out of a playoff spot. And you say, oh, yeah, that does kind of make sense when you think about how crappy they've been, when you think about how bad their defense has been, how bad their power play has been. And then you do some research and you see reporters saying, yeah, it looked like he lost the team. It looked like the guys didn't have the same fire that they had when Waugh took over mid-season 2 years ago. And then you hear about Peter DeBoer. Well, he's going to be the hottest coaching candidate out there, rightfully so. How many conference finals has Coach DeBoer been to? How many cup finals has Coach DeBoer been to, including one with your hockey team? And so, oh, let's get a jump start on the hottest head coaching free agent. When you pile all of that together, everything I just said, the power play sucks. Their defense has been abysmal. They've lost 4 in a row. They're out of a playoff spot. The team isn't inspired. DeBoer's going to be the hottest coaching free agent. When you add all of that together, you sit here on Monday at 11:33 and say, damn, that was obvious. Even if none of us saw it coming, and I was stunned when I found out 24 hours ago.
You know what makes it non-obvious is that this team has 4 games left to play. The teams that are right around them have games in hand.
Extra game, yes.
And so it's just almost unfathomable that you would fire a coach when you're this close to making the postseason. And the reasoning is, well, the team stopped listening to him.
Yeah.
Well, the losing is prevalent. They're getting outscored 20-10 in the last 4 games. Whatever statistic you want to throw out. But the idea that somebody else who's outside of the organization, who obviously is a good coach, is going to come in and change that in 2 days of practice, and all of a sudden you're going to be back on track to making the postseason. It just feels foreign to me.
But it happens a lot.
I
Hockey,
think it can only happen in hockey.
Yeah.
This would never happen in the NFL because all of a sudden you got a new coach from outside the organization that's putting in a brand new playbook, and you got to do things completely different because he's not going to adapt to what you're doing, so you got to adapt to what he's doing. Baseball, I guess, could do this. Maybe baseball could do it, but it seems so foreign to me that this is prudent.
Well, it feels bizarre to take someone from outside the organization and say, go fix this. But Matthew Darsh, the GM, just said this. And by the way, let me throw that in there too, because I left that out when things become obvious after the fact. This GM didn't hire Patrick Waugh.
It was a Lou hire.
That's probably the headline of why it should be obvious. That goes in any sport. And when Darsh kept Patrick Waugh, it was almost like, okay, how long's that going to last?
Right, prove it, otherwise you're out.
Right. So when you throw that in there, it's another, this makes actually a ton of sense. But the other aspect that you got to factor in, and I totally understand your point of how prudent this is, what can happen over the last 4 games. Peter DeBoer is a really good head coach. Can we all agree with that?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're a really good head coach in the NHL. You're going to get fired after 3 years anyway.
Well, he'll get fired after they lose at the conference finals in all likelihood. But hey, at least we'll have a conference finals. If they looked at him and said, we're not going to be able to get him in the offseason because more teams will be hunting, you take, the risk of turning it around in the final 4 games. The Titanic is sinking. Let's try something before it completely sinks. And, oh, by the way, we've got our head coach for the next 3 years.
Is this team good? Is this team full of good players?
I mean, I think better than the way they've played recently.
Okay, but relative to the rest of the NHL or even the East, is this team good?
I think they're good enough to be a playoff team.
Okay,
yes,
so
especially the way the goalie's been playing.
Okay, so they're good enough to be a playoff
They're
team.
good enough to make a run.
But not great, not have the best talent,
They're not the Avalanche, that's for sure.
Right. And so if you're Peter DeBoer, why are you taking this job?
Well, I think a lot of reasons. Probably you believe in Matthew Darsh's vision. You have this beautiful, young, sexy superstar who's still a teenager who's only going to get better in Matthew Schaefer. And you're probably getting paid well. It's New York. Remember, he coached the Devils for a bunch of years.
New York is a blessing and a curse. You know that.
But I think it's a good job.
He's already coached the 6 of the league, so he knows those jobs aren't coming back to him.
I think it's a good job for him. And as far as what the Islanders can accomplish in these next 4 days, number one, or next 4 games, they don't play till Thursday. So it's like a mini all-star break that they have. So if they're ever going to do it, this is the perfect time. But if you see that the team is sinking under an all-time great player who cannot coach, we learned it now twice at 2 different stops. He ain't that good. You've got to try something. I always stress that in sports. I'm not going to go down without a fight. So even if it doesn't work in the short term and they don't make the postseason, where, quite frankly, they got to win all their home games if they're going to make the postseason.
Including the Senators on Saturday, who they trail by a point.
You go into next season with a pretty good head coach. The thing I can't get over, the thing that I'm still racking my brain about, is not figuring out why they did it. We just explained it. It's Sean. This son of a bitch, Sean Mora.
What did you do?
Hold on. I'll tell you what I did first. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Now continue.
Do you remember Wednesdays, Evan and Tiki?
Oh, the Cinco?
No, it wasn't even a Cinco. I made an offhanded comment to Sean in which I said, hey, we should power rank the current head coaches and managers.
Oh, I remember that, but I thought you did that in the Cinco.
I don't think he actually did a Cinco doing it.
All right,
it was more my demand. So I said to him, look, we have to be obvious, or we have to be honest. There's an obvious number one when it comes to the best head coach or manager in this town.
Yeah, it was John Harbaugh because of the success, but he hadn't coached yet.
Right, so we had to exclude Harbaugh just because he hasn't done it yet. It's clearly Aaron Boone.
Here's a call to the bullpen you can make. Ask for a salad.
And Sean denied it. Sean said it's not Aaron Boone. Take a listen to who Sean Morash said was the best head coach or manager in New York 5 days ago.
Patrick Waugh.
You think Patrick Waugh above Aaron Boone?
Dude, what Patrick Waugh's done with the Islanders this year, they were picking first in the draft.
Okay, what if they missed the postseason?
They're not going there now.
You can't put Patrick Waugh over Aaron.
Why not?
Because results matter. Because results matter.
I mean, I was wrong.
You were wrong. It took 4 days. The guy got fired.
Hold on. I'm going to also defend myself. What Patrick Waugh did, to Tiki's point, did do with the Islanders this year, they were picking first in the draft. And Schaefer's been a star. Sorokin's been hot.
Yeah.
The problem is, you also can't collapse when you own the playoff spot like that. So I understand why you got fired. I'm going to take my L.
Oh, you take it?
I'm going to just take my L, although I think anybody listening understood. This is also hockey where these coaches get fired a little too quickly. Is he fired if DeBoer's not sitting there and they're not worried he's going to take another job? I don't know. So I'm going to go down swinging with my L, but I'm going to take my
Here's
L.
the other thing I don't get. How did the Islanders know that they really wanted DeBoer?
What do you mean, how'd they know?
Like, have you done a search?
I think guys know each other, and they probably talk.
That's the incestual nature of the NHL.
Oh, yeah.
It's like retreads over and 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 over again,
Right.
all throughout the league. But how do you know? You haven't had a conversation per se with
you did.
with your not with him, with the team. Like what get a feel of what actually is going on. Do a post-mortem or an audit on why things went wrong, and then finding the right coach to fit in that regard. It's like you don't do that. You just hire the guy that is a sexy name.
I think you hire the guy that's
weird. Hockey is so weird to me like that.
Well, because there was no process. And you also think about it.
Yes, exactly, Evan. There is no process.
Well, and if there was a process, it was while Patrick Waugh was still the head coach.
That's exactly right.
Like, Matthew Darsh in ownership was probably talking to him for weeks now.
Yes.
Don't you think DeBoer had
There's
that
no way it just happened like that. Hey, Patrick Waugh has been relieved of duties. Peter DeBoer has been hired.
But the same thing happened in Vegas with John Tortorella.
Right.
Like, the same thing happened a week ago. So I get it. But it's one of those moments in sports and in life where when you get the news, you're shocked, and then when you give it thought, you're like,
well, the reasoning
makes
makes
sense.
the reasoning makes sense for sure. But again, we'll use the word you just used. Process doesn't feel. I don't know. It feels like there wasn't a process.
Well, you're never going to get used to. I don't care how often it happens. You're never going to get used to a head coach being fired with 4 games to go.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing. And by the way, speaking of guys coming from outside the organization, correct me if I'm wrong. When Patrick Waugh took the job, replacing Lane Lambert a couple of years ago, he was also just brought in. Now, it wasn't with 4 games to go.
Right.
It was the middle of the season, but it was kind of the same thing. It's amazing to think about the amount of coaches the Devils, Islanders, and Rangers have had combined just in the last 10 years. Like, it is such a crazy long list of individuals that we go through. Meanwhile, Aaron Boone's sitting there like, yeah, same guy since 18.
Shut up, Cubby.
Same guy. Meanwhile, he's watching tens of people just go through jobs.
Yeah. And all in that time Brian Cashman's been here, how many times between 2 teams in this town did Lou Lamoriello hire a coach?
And sometimes hire himself.
Yes, good point.
Which Lou did. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Ozzy and Woodridge. Hey, Oz.
Hey, belated Happy Easter, everybody.
Likewise. Thank you. Happy Easter.
I hope you made the most out of it for the kiddies with the bad weather. So.
Oh, yes. They didn't care about the bad weather. They went hunting for eggs in a rainstorm. It did not stop them at all. I can tell you that.
Oh, you went outside? We did it inside with like teenagers and adolescents. It was just a bunch of adult kids running around my house.
Yeah.
What about you, Tiki? How'd your girls do? How'd you make out?
Well, we went out early, so we beat the rain.
You beat the rain?
Yeah.
All right.
It was great.
Ahead of it.
Good for you.
Nice.
Good for you. Another aspect about my Islanders you're not mentioning, the second that Positive Tommy, a.k.a. Poison Pill Tommy, proclaimed them the premier hockey team, they started their plummet.
Yeah, he's gonna unfortunately get a lot of heat for this because he's put the Islander kind of logo on his head and said, "I'm the guy. I will lead you."
Is he a true Islander fan?
I'm not sure if he knows Patrick Waugh got fired yet.
I'm sure he's addressed.
I mean, because it better be half a show tonight.
Tiki, the only blue and orange he cares about are the Knicks and maybe the Mets. That's it.
Right. You're right.
You know? But 2 things happened over the last 3 days that made me reevaluate Sean as a human being.
Oh
no.
As a human being.
All right. Let's hear it. I'm excited.
I'm a fat moron.
Go ahead.
And let's see if he admits to the second one. But number one, Jack Hughes or any American hero is a neutral aspect in that Yankee game. You don't boo him if he doesn't have anything to do with the outcome, because we're all Americans there at the time.
Well said.
I mean, he was introduced as New Jersey Devil Jack Hughes.
Well,
it was the first thing Paul Olden said.
Because he is a devil.
I'm just giving you the information.
Yes, I don't boo American Jack Hughes. I boo Devil Jack Hughes. Big difference.
But at that time, he was not a devil. He was not any other high. He was an American hero in Yankee Stadium.
All right, carry on to point 2, Oz. This is chicken and the egg.
All right, let's see if you admit to this. You committed a crime against phone answerer Manatee.
Oh, boy.
I know what I did, and you're right, and I apologize already. We'll get ahead of it. You don't have to say it on the air.
Wow, what did he do?
Wow. I stole Ozzy's take because it was in the back of my brain, and I said it on the air before he got on.
Oh, hold on a second. Well, hold on a second.
Ozzy, you're right. I'm
Ozzy
sorry.
called in with a take. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah. And literally 2 seconds before he said it.
Dude, Ozzy's 1,000%. It's a terrible job by me, and I was hoping he was going to forget about it.
Why would he forget about it?
You just heard it.
As soon as I said it, I said, why'd I do that? Ozzy just told me that, and he's on hold.
All right, Ozzy, what was the take that he repeated? And let's see if you can explain it better than the way Sean presented it. Go ahead.
I said to Sean, you got to know your audience. When you're explaining the home run robbery to Evan and the outfielder or the player in this case, feet land outside the field of play, you got to treat it as if it's a battle royal. If the feet land out, that's it. You're eliminated, so that's a home run.
You took the Royal Rumble
1,000%.
point?
Right. And
1,000%
Ozzy did explain it better.
He did.
Because I didn't understand what Sean was saying. I was like, what? You're talking to wrestling? But now that Ozzy explained it, I get it. He's right.
You know, that makes perfect sense. There's no way Sean, in trying to explain the Joe Adele catch rule, would bring up the Royal Rumble on his own. There's no way. Speaking of wrestling, do you know the controversies?
No.
Are you guys aware what's going on?
I did not pay attention.
All right, I'm going to walk you through this as quickly as I can, and it is sports related. Okay, it will come back and matter to sports. So the WWE's got 2 big main events for WrestleMania. They got Roman Reigns, CM Punk. It's awesome. We put that in the corner, and we got Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton, which is a great storyline. Right. They have a great history together. Randy Orton has been on the phone for weeks talking to somebody that's been guiding him to turn heel against Cody Rhodes. So it's been a big story. Who is it? Is it The Rock? Is it Ric Flair? Is it his dad? Who is it? On SmackDown on Friday, they revealed who the person was. It is being panned as one of the worst booking decisions in the history of professional wrestling.
Okay.
The guy on the phone with Randy Orton telling him to turn heel was Pat McAfee.
Oh, God.
It was so poorly received that apparently they had to change things on the spot and have Cody Rhodes cut a promo at the end of the show.
Wow.
Comparing Pat McAfee being the surprise to as if Disco Inferno was the surprise instead of Hulk Hogan when the NWO debuted 30 years ago.
Love Pat, but that doesn't fit.
It was awful.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when it happened. They had me interested. I'm watching SmackDown. I'm like, who's the surprise gonna be? I'm all pumped up, and then this schmuck comes out with his RKO shirt on, and I'm like, are they seriously doing this?
Oh, so it wasn't just a reveal who's on the phone?
I came out.
Dude,
he punched Cody Rhodes in the Rhodes. Like he kicked him. He did a punt on Cody Rhodes' little Rhodes.
Yeah, at this point, people don't even remember that he was a punter.
I know.
I'm being honest. They don't remember.
Actually,
and he was a great punter, by the way.
I think I sort of forgot that too.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. So it's being panned, and hopefully the WWE figures out a way to change it. Let's go to Darren in Great Neck. Hey, Darren.
Hey, guys. My question is to discuss again this home run where the player falls over the fence. Why are we also discussing, for those people who think that's not a home run, or is a home run, excuse me, or not a home run, I'm sorry. What about foul balls when the player falls over the fence? Like, all the Yankee fans think Derek Jeter is such a hero when he comes out with a bloody lip.
Yeah, but the difference is I brought that play up 3 times to Tiki. It's clear he catches that on the field of play, and his momentum is what's taking him into the stands.
Yeah, and by the way, a lot of these foul balls, most places, you can't get into the stands anymore because there's a net. And so it's different. But with the Jeter foul ball, he caught the ball in the field of play. His a foot was on the ground, and then he tumbled into. It's like saving an inbound pass or a ball going out of bounds in basketball, and you save it because your feet are in bounds or your foot is at least in bounds. You dive, you throw it back into your teammate, and you land amongst the crowd.
Yeah, but that's what Joe Adele did. His feet were hanging above fair territory when he made the catch.
Yeah, I know, but his he didn't land back in bounds.
Yeah, but if a basketball player is saving a ball out of bounds, they don't have to land back
But
in bounds.
here's the thing. If a basketball player steps out of bounds
yes,
and then dives and saves it, it's not a save. You know what I mean? So if he steps on the baseline or the sideline and he's out of bounds and he dives into the air now, saves a ball, it's a turnover or it goes back to the other team. You know what I mean?
No. That's okay, though. It's all right. It's just totally fine. It's one of those things where I'm going to nod and say, okay.
Yeah.
We clearly disagree. It's all right.
It's true. It's a fact.
Okay. All right. How about this guy? This guy was sitting next to us at Yankee Stadium on Friday. Hopefully we were nice. Mike and Mayapack. Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How are you?
We're
good, man. What's up?
This is Big Mike. I was sitting next to you guys. I was the one calling Sean the miserable. You know what?
I have to ask you a question before you continue.
Oh, yeah. By the way, thank you for the Stella. I crushed that tall
you got
boy.
it, brother.
Yes.
And Sean, thanks for denying me a drink.
Oh, jeez.
Mike, you are a big topic of conversation on our text chat, and here's why. And we can get an answer to this. And you were a very nice guy. It was great meeting you. But
You guys were phenomenal too. I really respected and
thank you, man.
gained a lot of respect for you that day. I was a big fan before, but way bigger fan after.
Appreciate it.
Mike.
So Sean Morash was rewatching an old Giants game, and he thinks he saw you on television. And he sent the picture and said, is that the guy who is next to us at the Yankee game? So I don't know if you need further descriptions from Sean, but were you at a Giant Eagle game this past season?
No, definitely not that guy, but that guy sounds like a handsome guy, though.
Damn, all right, he was handsome.
There you go. There you go.
I'm all baseball and hockey, not enough football. I like football in the playoffs, but all baseball and hockey. And evidently, Sean tells me I'm not a real hockey fan because of booing Jack Hughes, which I refuse to do.
Yeah, I mean, you're a fraud. That's all right. Nice fraud.
No. Good job, Mike. Good job not booing Jack Hughes like Sean did, because at the same time, he was also booing Ariel Franklin.
No, I was not.
Yes, you
No,
were.
I was not. I cheered her first. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Well, thank you, Mike. You were a good guy. Good hanging out with you. It was fun. I thought at first Mike was going to punch you in the face because he was not happy about you booing Jack Hughes. For those not aware, he did
And
go
Aaron
through.
Franklin.
Well,
No, I did not. We have that on video.
I will defend Sean. He only booed Jack Hughes, but he did.
No, they introduced him separately.
They introduced him separately.
Thank goodness for that.
And once Paul Odin got to Jack Hughes, and he said locally he's a member of the New Jersey Devils, that's when Sean started booing. How did Twitter take to that video? Were they upset with you, or did they love you?
No, I mean, a lot of WFAN fire this guy. You know, the huge.
A lot of this is the issue with the radio station.
Yeah, I miss Mike and the Mad Dog. They would never boo Jack Hughes. You know, that kind of stuff.
You're wrong.
Dog would totally boo Jack Hughes. Nah, I'm kidding. He wouldn't.
Tiki covered my mouth, though, so it drowned it out.
Yes.
That's true. Tiki was getting aggressive right there. Let's go to Jake in Rhode Island. Hey, Jake.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All's well.
So I called in. This was actually the day the Knicks traded for Alvarado. It happened mid-call or right before I got on.
Mm-hmm.
Sean was saying that the Islanders had a better chance at winning the Stanley Cup than the Knicks did at an NBA final.
That's true.
Yeah,
I know
just
what?
wanted to bring that back up.
That, by the way, Jake, thank you, because I forget some of these things. I write a lot of stuff down, but that was a huge argument. We got very passionate about that when Sean was doing his who's closest to a championship thing, which is a typical February subject around WFAN. And he was arguing with me because I am clearly an IBO. He was stating the Islanders had a better chance, and I felt very uncomfortable about it because obviously I don't like the Knicks. I'm an Islander fan, but I have to call things like it is. Do you think, Sean, that's your worst take in the history of opinions?
No, in fact, my take's only been strengthened. Again, I need to understand.
How has it been strengthened? The Islanders may not make the playoffs.
They may not. And again, it wasn't about, do I think they're winning one this year? Yes, we the closest was. And I felt, because of the nature of the sport, and that the Islanders had a goaltender that could get red hot, that they had a better chance to win 4 rounds this year than the Knicks do. Does anybody think the Knicks are getting through 4 rounds of the playoffs this year? Anybody?
Yeah,
even if you don't think the Islanders are, do you?
I think there are some that would say that, yes.
I think they can.
All right.
But I don't believe that they
Okay,
will.
and the Islanders' case has been strengthened now by hiring Pete DeBoer, and they still have a goalie that can be red hot.
So you're saying the Islanders still have a better chance of winning a championship this year than
winning
the
the whole thing in their sport? The whole thing, not getting to it.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. It doesn't mean I'm picking them to, but yes. I'm going to tell you right now.
It's going to age really poorly when they don't even make it.
But okay, and that might be the case. But I am telling you right now, and you can call me a hater all you want.
Think about what you're saying, Sean.
0.000% chance the Knicks are winning the NBA Finals.
Think about what you're saying. Right now, the Islanders on the outside looking in by point. to the Ottawa Senators for the last spot, right?
Yes.
They might not make the postseason.
Absolutely.
They might not make it. The Knicks have been in the postseason for a month and a half
You're
now,
right.
and yet they still have a worse shot of making it.
Listen to me.
It doesn't make sense.
No. It does because it's about the sport. Listen to me. If you're asking me, hey, Sean, who's the better team in their sport compared? The answer is the Knicks are the better team in the NBA and the Islanders are in hockey.
Yes, that's
not
on top of the fact that I just told you.
So I agree with all that, but that's not the point I made. The point is more to do with the structure of the NHL playoffs and what it takes compared to what it's going to take to win an NBA Finals. And that's the only point I've made, and I stand by it.
The Knicks, you said something, and I have to correct you. You cannot say that the New York Knicks, who are likely going into the playoffs as a 3 seed, who were in the Eastern Conference Finals a year ago, who have the most clutch player in the league in Jalen Brunson.
Do that?
You cannot say they have a 0.0% chance of winning a championship.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Now, they might get to the finals. They're not beating a Western Conference team even if they got out of the East.
Zero. You know who has a 0% chance? The Wizards and the Nets. A team that's in the playoffs with home court advantage, who's been to a conference finals, who are the favorites coming into the season. You can't say it's zero.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I have to stop you on that.
If you want to stop me and say that, and again, you guys go, this is Knicks fans who probably agree with me too.
Right.
If you want to call me on that, then you give me the percentage, Evan. What do you think the percentage is the Knicks actually win the whole thing? I'm not talking about make the finals.
12%.
Win the 12%.
12%, yeah.
That they win the NBA Finals.
I give him a 12% shot. The New York Knicks
you know what?
are
Evan,
trash.
I'll live with the fact that you said I can't say 0.0 even though I did. It's more outrageous to say they have a 12% chance than a 0% chance.
What should it be, 5?
I would meet you on a halfway ground and go 5.
Jeez. You know who agrees with Sean Morash? You know who agrees with Sean Morash?
A lot of Knicks fans.
No, hold on. This is one of my favorite teases. You know who agrees with Sean Morash?
Who?
Mike Breen. You'll take a listen to why Mike Breen actually believes Sean that the Knicks have no chance to win an NBA championship. Plus, more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Window-Rama's making it easier than ever. During the spring refresh sale, save up to 30% on your window indoor projects. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Window-Rama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit WindowRama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
With the warm months just about here, it's time for a healthier you. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. The dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will help develop a plan specifically for you to prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back to the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Baltimore Ravens offseason program begins today under new head coach Jesse Minter, and everybody's asking the question, will star quarterback Lamar Jackson show up? Here's my answer to that question. I don't care at all. I think Baltimore is going to have a huge season this year. Needed to fire head coach John Harbaugh, who's a good coach. I think Jesse Minter is going to do a great job here, and I think Baltimore will be back in the playoffs this year. I'm Nick Costos.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Sunny skies, highs around 55.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Get in on the savings fund now at Nielsen Dodge during our lease pull-ahead event.
Get out of your current lease early and get into a new vehicle.
Don't wait for your lease to end. Upgrade now. We have hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams to choose from.
There's 0% financing available, 0 security deposit for qualified buyers with 0 down payment available.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S 4x4, just $259 a month.
Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
End your lease early and upgrade today.
So get out of the old and into the new.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge, fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deals sales event. With approval term 24 months, due at sign 8104, at tax tag 498, doc fee, and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
March matchups are down to 1 game. Trade the championship in all 50 states with Kalshi. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market. As the odds move, you can buy in and out of your position all game. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
We're talking New York sports. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
I have said it many times. I think Mike Breen and Walt Clyde Frazier, that's like the mega powers. It's one of the great tag teams, one of the great broadcast duos New York sports has ever seen. Now, Friday night's telecast has gotten a lot of attention because Walt Clyde Frazier was very Clydey, which we'll get to in a little bit, but also because Mike Breen, who I love and respect, got on his soapbox. And I'm not sure if people are happy with the soapbox that Mike Breen decided to get on.
Interesting.
So I mentioned earlier, as Sean was talking about how the Knicks have no chance to win an NBA title, which I think is absurd. Mike Breen, in the midst of the Knicks just destroying the Chicago Bulls on a Friday night, decides to opine about the expectations that are in front of the New York Knicks. Take a listen. This is Mike Breen, cut number 1, Sean, of Mike explaining his thesis.
There are many Knicks fans and many in the media and many within the organization who feel that this season would be considered a disappointing one if the Knicks don't make the NBA Finals. How about that?
Unequivocally.
If that doesn't show you tremendous progress to go to the point where a non-finals appearance is a disappointment, how many years where it was considered a huge success if they even clinched a playoff berth?
Look, he hasn't offered an opinion yet.
No.
But the tone is clearly that of...
But he's right.
This is absurd for you guys to think that.
I don't think he's saying that. I think he's highlighting the fact that 10 years ago, if anybody had suggested that the Knicks season would be a failure because they didn't make the postseason, you'd think you were crazy.
Okay.
Like, what planet are you on?
Why is that relevant?
Because
that was a long time ago.
I think he's saying that things have changed to the point now where the expectation isn't just be competent, is you got to make the postseason. You got to make the finals.
But we all know that.
Of course.
So why is that absurd? I get where the Knicks have come from. We all understand that. But at what point do we
I don't know. I think
that?
I heard that differently than you heard it.
Let me play a second cut then.
Right.
Let's hear more from Mike Breen as he's opining during this Knicks blowout about the expectations that the Knicks have.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a championship is what everyone wants, and that's the goal. But just remember where the franchise was before Leon Rose arrived. And Leon Rose and his staff have done a tremendous job. And then you think about some of the play, like Julius Randle was a big part of the turnaround. Tom Thibodeau, a big part of the turnaround. And, of course, Jalen Brunson, a key figure in turning this struggling franchise around. It's amazing. And sometimes it's easy to forget there were a lot of dark years. And now... that blows me away, where it'd be a disappointment if they don't get to the NBA Finals. Now, they still feel confident they can get there. It's not going to be easy. They've been up and down, very inconsistent. But we've seen a number of this particular Knicks roster and their ability to raise their game in the postseason, and that, of course, is led by Jalen Brunson.
The tone is there that he is looking down at that opinion, that he's saying it's almost absurd to say it's finals or Boston. I love Mike Breen. I feel like Dougie's setting it up. I love you, bud. I could not respectfully disagree with him more. The bar has changed. I get what Mike is saying. He's right about where this team was. And Leon Rose does deserve a lot of credit. Like, they have completely changed the formation of this team. But 3 consecutive years, they were in the deep postseason. 2 in the conference semis, once in the Eastern Conference Finals. At what point do we say... yeah, the bar's changed. It was a long time ago when they sucked.
Yeah, I think he's acknowledging how hard it is to win an NBA final and get to an NBA final. And then to win it and to be disappointed if that doesn't happen. While 5-6 years ago, you were looking at this team saying, just don't embarrass us. I think that's what he's alluding to.
But that was a half a decade ago. Like, I get it's fresh in our memory, and time feels like it stands still sometimes. The Knicks are well out of being the joke of a franchise. They're not the LOL Knicks. So I guess what I would ask Mike or anyone who agrees with that, I don't know if you do, when are we allowed to say we're not referencing how bad they used to be anymore? They're good. They're a functional organization. The expectations have been raised. When is that allowed then?
I mean, it should be allowed. You should be talking about that already.
And that's what we're saying. That's where I think Mike is wrong. And Mike didn't offer a strong opinion, but his tone kind of told us what he thought, which is, hey, I think it's kind of absurd that you guys are saying it's a disappointment.
So what do you think he's saying, that they don't have a chance to win an NBA final?
Well, did you read that, Sean? Sean probably took that out of it.
I think you're reading between the lines. I think we've arrived at the point in the Knicks season, and it's okay to healthy approach this where, you know what, it was the first year of Mike Brown. Something seems off with Cat and Jalen Brunson. The end goals we thought about when they fired Tom Thibodeau are not going to happen this year, but let's remind everybody how bad this organization was, and there's still, like, the window's not closed yet.
I also feel like he's saying, just because he calls them all the time, he knows this team. There are other teams, and Boston might be above you now as well, that are just better than the Knicks. And so to say it's a disappointment if they don't win a title, you're not being realistic with yourself. You're not looking at how it likely will play out, despite how good they've been.
The proof that Leon Rose agrees with me and I guess the masses of Knick fans is that let's say they don't get to the finals. Let's say they get picked off wherever it is, conference finals, semifinals, dare I say the first round. Don't you think Leon Rose is going to make major changes? And if he does, doesn't that prove that those expectations are held by the front office too? Like if they break up this core because they don't get to the NBA finals, doesn't that prove that the organization disagreed with Mike Breen's assessment?
Yeah, of course.
And in fairness to Breen, I think he even referred to that the expectations are so high with the organization. So clearly the organization probably looks. Dolan said it with Craig and Big Mac. We're hanging another banner up. We can win a championship. Like, he said it. And I agree with him. And that's not me being a jerk trying to put unfair expectations on the New York Knicks. Like, when you get to a certain point, you become the Yankees. You become hey, we got to win a world championship. And if we don't, I'm not saying it's a disaster. I'm saying it's a disappointment. I'll use the D word, the disappointment word. I'm not going to say it's a disaster if you lose, but it's a major disappointment if you don't win. With that said, that's not the biggest thing to come out of the Knick game on Friday night. The biggest thing to come out of the Knick game on Friday night is what the hell was going on with our boy, Walt Clyde Frazier. I love Walt Clyde Frazier. He's the man. We play clips of him all the time.
Okay, what
did
he
you
do?
hear the way he started the game on Friday?
I did not.
This is the way the game started.
Mike, I was talking to my friends, man, and I was talking about eradicated, obliterated, devastated. They thought I was talking about Iran, but I was talking about the Blues.
I did hear that. I did hear that, actually.
I mean, what's going on? How about that? And then I'm not gonna dive deep into this. I'm just gonna play it and let everyone else decide.
Right.
Josh Giddey. Did you hear what he said about him?
What's that?
And I'm not bringing up what was accused of him that he's been cleared of, but listen to this comment about Josh Giddey.
Giddey's from Australia. Remember, he was a sex symbol in OKC.
What?
Oh my God.
Are you serious?
He was accused. Should I?
Was he?
I'm not going to.
I was not following.
He
this.
was accused of something, but I think he's been cleared of it. But it's just, what the hell is going on? He's comparing the Bulls to Iran, and he's calling Josh Giddey a sex symbol. I love this man. He needs to be protected at all costs. That was the biggest example of Walt Clyde Frazier giving zero bleeps on Friday night. It was almost like, you want me here on a Friday night? Okay. And he unleashes all that. He's amazing. He's amazing. And usually when I find these Clyde clips, like not a lot of people found them. It's like diamonds in the rough. Those clips got a lot of attention. Yeah. There's people in the audience who've already heard it. I apologize. As the official show of playing Walt Clyde Frazier clips, how can we not play that? He's unbelievable.
The best part of the Knicks season has been Walt Clyde Frazier. Once again.
And guess what? I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I should say this right now. Because we begin the NBA playoffs very shortly. Mm-hmm. In a week and a half, the New York Knicks are going to begin the postseason. There is a major change in the NBA playoffs.
Which is?
Local announcers will not be participating in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Remember how they used to have
these networks are jamming in now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember how they used to have the first round?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Well, you knew. I mean, you kind of felt like that was eventually going to happen.
I know, but man, no Clyde in the first round? No Clyde!
No Clyde at all.
No Clyde at all! Like, he should be doing, like, live watch parties.
He should.
Oh, I will give you my money. I will sit there and watch it.
We still didn't carve this out, right? So some nights are getting Amazon, some nights NBC and Peacock, and some nights ABC, ESPN?
I have not figured out where the games are.
That's the problem, because people are going to be so confused.
Well, and I keep seeing, like, on my own streaming, right? Watch whatever on Prime, and it's popping up. The NBA playoffs on Prime, the NBA playoffs. I don't know what nights.
But that's everything, though. I get home sometimes, I turn on Prime, and I see a baseball game.
Right.
Or the Lakers are playing. whoever at some point. I have no idea the programming and where it's going to be.
But at least we were trained in the past to know, like, right, Friday nights we're on ESPN in the playoffs, whatever. We'd have the TNT games. I don't know. Like, are they going to follow around series? Are they going to follow around days?
I was going to say, I don't know what they're going to do. It's very confusing. I would advise that they follow around series, like they do in baseball, where, okay, TBS has this Yankee series, just so it's less confusing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is the final week of the NBA regular season. Like, we've made it.
We're crazy.
We're at the end, ladies and gentlemen. And so we'll get into the Knicks situation. They do play tonight against Atlanta. They're not going to be the 2 seed. I think that one's pretty much done. And if they can win, if they can avoid losing twice, they would assure themselves of the 3 seed. But we'll get to the details a little bit later on. Let's get back to your phone calls. 888-808-1019, the number. A lot on the table. We open with the Yankees and your experience at Yankee Stadium. The Mets offense breaking out. And the Joe Adele robbery controversy has become one, with a lot of people debating what should be allowed to be a catch and be ruled a home run. Let's go to Chris in the car. Hey, Chris.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Hey, question for you guys. I'm going back to the Jeter catch on the foul ball. When he caught that ball, I'm not sure of the circumstances. I don't know if there were 2 outs. It probably was. Let's say you had a man on second and third with 1 out. Once he left field to play, wouldn't that be considered a dead ball?
No, but he caught it in fair territory.
Yeah, but
not fair territory. He caught it on the field of play.
No. What he's saying is that once the ball is in and out of the field of play,
right?
Is it a dead ball or can play continue?
So
can the if a guy was on second,
yes,
could he then come to third?
Game 1 of the 2024 World Series. That is Exhibit A. Do you guys remember what I'm referring to?
No.
In the 9th inning, before Freddie Freeman hit the home run, if I'm not mistaken, that's when Ohtani popped up in foul territory and the ball was caught. And the left fielder ended up in the stands, and the base runner was allowed to advance because of what you said.
Right. Wasn't that the Verdugo?
Was that Alex Verdugo?
Verdugo into the stands.
Pull that play up on YouTube, because it's a very forgettable play, because obviously we think of everything else.
Yeah,
we think of.
You just remember the home run. Right.
But that does happen.
Right.
But in the case of is it a catch or not, it's clearly
it's
a catch.
definitely a catch. That's not what the question was. It was, is it a dead ball or can the runner advance?
It's a dead ball. I think in the case of Alex Verdugo, that's why I'm asking Sean to pull it up, because I'm even having a foggy memory of it. I do remember that it happened.
Yeah.
And it was Ohtani up, and it was in foul territory down the left field line, and Alex Verdugo made the catch, and the guy the base runner was awarded the next base, right? Like, I'm not going nuts. That happened. It was only a year and a half ago. We think of
on the line, runs over, makes the grab. Did he hold on? He did. Alex Verdugo makes the grab. He goes out of play, so the runners will get 90 feet.
There you go.
But they get Ohtani on 1 pitch.
There you go. Good job, Joe Davis. Good job, Sean, getting that call up immediately.
Whew.
So, yeah.
That was a blind button push.
What'd you think was going to happen?
I was just praying I was right. It was Verdugo, and no commercial was going to pop up quickly.
Or Joe Davis saying inappropriate things about how much he loves the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Let's go to John in Staten Island. Good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I just wanted to call and defend Sean Morash a little bit, because I think he's like The Rock. You guys talked wrestling before. He is the people's champion.
Wow.
And I will explain why.
Go ahead.
So, he admitted that he stole Ozzy's take, which was that's pretty good. That's pretty good, because Ozzy's one of the people, and he had his opinion. And then last week on Boomer and Gio, somebody called up and said, yeah, I called into Evan, Tiki, and Sean, and I told them that, whatever the guy from the Dodgers is now on the Long Island Ducks, and he hung up on me and then delivered the news. And Greg was like, that's so Sean. So that's 2 for 2. So he is the people's champion if he's stealing the people's takes and delivering it to the audience.
I didn't know where he was.
Well, I didn't either. I was like, where are you going with this?
Yeah, so it was kind of not a compliment.
No, he ended up killing him.
He's fat!
He's basically saying that you rip off other people. Ozzy caught you red-handed. You had no other choice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming the guy that called and said this guy was on the Long Island Ducks.
Trevor Bauer is who he's referring to.
He didn't want to come on air.
Okay, and there's also a couple things. I saw it on Twitter, and I debated in my head, is this glass breaking worthy?
That Trevor Bauer is signing with the Long Island Ducks from last week.
And the best part is I couldn't tell you which caller. 3 different callers called within 5 minutes saying, have you seen Bauer to the Ducks? Have you seen Bauer to the Ducks? So then that was where it got to my point. I'm like, you know what? Enough people are calling about this. I saw this. I'm going to break the glass and tell the guys. Right. So it wasn't that I was stealing a caller's take.
Yeah, but think about it.
Ozzy, I stole totally.
And you were caught red-handed. You had no choice.
No doubt.
Yeah, the Trevor Bauer is news. That's not a take. That's news.
But think about it. A caller called up Boomer and Gio to literally tattletale on Sean for stealing that he gave him the information.
Yeah, but it's news.
That's the thing.
A take is different. You can't steal news.
Yeah,
clown.
We're not
Guess
blind.
what? The sun came up this morning. I told you. I told you that.
And what did that caller think?
You know, they said it on the news this morning that the sun was rising today. But I told you. I stole it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did he think I was going to put him on hold and he was going to sit there for half an hour and then we were never going to get to the news as Evan stared at what he wanted to talk about and then he would break the news? Let's use our noodle here.
I don't know. That guy came across like he was complimenting you, and then he rock bottomed you.
Yeah, I smelled what he was cooking.
You're the people's champion. Actually, you're the people's rat, is what he was trying to say. Jack in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Hey, Jack. Jack.
Hey, how are you? I have a different take for Tiki on the whole ball going out of the field.
Yep, let's hear it.
What if you're in the field until you establish yourself outside of the field? So you have to actually land before you're out of the field of play.
Yes.
So if you come from in the field to out, it's a catch.
So as long as you catch, the actual rule is as long as you catch the ball before you establish yourself out of the field of play.
By the way, here's the reason why. So, like I mentioned, there's some tiny fences around Major League Baseball that you could jump over. What would stop a player from jumping the fence
and walking up the aisle? In theory, jumping over that little fence, walking up the aisle, and catching the ball 10 rows deep.
Correct.
What would stop that from being an out?
By the way, when I was like 5 years old, that was one of my first questions for my dad. Like, what would happen if a player jumped into the stands?
Yes.
There's obviously a rule against it. That's what it is.
Okay, so if that obviously is a home run still, why is not jumping into the stands to make a catch and landing in the stands also not a home run?
I guess there's a couple of reasons I will counter. Number one, if they ever changed rules like this, let's say Tiki was commissioner, he said enough's enough. These teams with tinier fences would just simply raise them.
Right.
And so what you would do is you would lose the excitement of a guy falling over the fence, making a catch, which you can only have in certain ballparks. Dodger Stadium, Anaheim, I think Kansas City, Fenway Park and Wright Center. Like, it's not common that you can jump up and end up in the stands. You can't do that at Yankee Stadium for a home run ball.
Well, I mean,
so you'd lose excitement.
In a very different argument, it's actually very dangerous.
What do you mean?
That
it is dangerous.
To be able to fall into the stands like that is dangerous.
It is.
Because you are falling without any idea of what you're falling into.
No, you're right.
But
it's also rare. So it's
of course,
not
it's
as
very
if,
rare.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to create a rule that's going to happen 4 times a season.
Right. And take away this awesome excitement.
Right.
Like the biggest story in baseball from this past weekend, nationally, not just what we're thinking about locally with the Mets and the Yankees, was Joe Adell.
Yep.
It was the biggest. It was awesome. It was great.
Especially because, as we talked about earlier, they won 1-0.
Absolutely. Get to more of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Sean will give us a Cinco de Luncho. And I'm sorry, LO
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at amazon.com/hub delivery.
The Yankees take on the A's in the Bronx. 7:05 tomorrow night. Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now, there it goes.
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM. And always live and available in Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the free Odyssey app.
Where you learn matters. At Monmouth University, students study on a vibrant coastal campus with direct access to research, culture, and industry. From classrooms to competition, from creativity to career prep, Monmouth offers a vantage point shaped by location and purpose, blending a personalized learning experience with Division I pride and a rising national profile. Bigger thinking, more inspired. You amplified. Amplify your future at Monmouth University. Learn more at monmouth.edu/amplified.
The fight against lymphoma, leukemia, and myeloma calls for the experience and skill of world-renowned experts. As New Jersey's only nationally ranked cancer program by U.S. News & World Report, John Thurr Cancer Center at Hackensack and Jersey Shore University Medical Centers offer innovative treatments close to home. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, and I lead the stem cell transplantation and cellular therapy teams in Hackensack and Neptune. We're proud to be pioneers in our field and the most experienced team in the region, having performed over 8,000 stem cell transplants. We were the first accredited center in New Jersey to offer CAR T-cell therapy, a revolutionary treatment that harnesses the power of your own immune system to recognize and destroy cancer cells. This is more than advanced care. It's personalized, life-saving treatment from distinguished experts at New Jersey's best cancer program. Call 833-CANCER-MD to schedule an appointment. That's 833-CANCER-MD.
Are you sick and tired of paying high prices for Continental tires? Then get to Town Fair Tire for the lowest price you'll find anywhere. Yes, the guaranteed lowest price on every Continental tire. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. Think about it. Why look anywhere else for Continental tires when Town Fair gives you the guaranteed lowest price plus free services for life? Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm that's there to help accident victims. I'm attorney Jenna D'Agostino, continuing the legacy my father, John D'Agostino, started 35 years ago when he built D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm, one client at a time.
I grew up on these New York and New Jersey streets. They shaped me. I'm attorney John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I often tell the story of how my father lost his leg in a construction accident so people understand I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first. 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24.
Continuing the legacy means working closely with my father and our team. When you're injured, we know a big decision has to be made. Call our team first.
D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first. 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The deadline for filing taxes is now. Don't miss this chance to donate your car to Cars for Kids for a 2026 tax deduction. Go to carsforkids.org today. That's cars with a K.
At Northwell's Cardiovascular Institute,
There's no heart condition too complex for the most experienced team in the tri-state area, with the nation's highest cardiac success rates. It's why others trust us to help treat their patients with the most challenging conditions. And with hundreds of cardiac experts working together across Northwell, we're making untreatable a thing of the past. Visit northwell.edu/limitlessheart. Northwell. Raise health.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
No one likes having to choose. That's why with America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid with America's best warranty. Or the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid with power to navigate the toughest terrain. It's like having your cake and eating it too. You know, if you could drive a cake. Hybrids from Hyundai. It's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. While the Yankees lost and gotten off to a hot start, certain sounds are soothing to hear, especially from Boston. The Red Sox fell to 2-7 to start the year in another loss to the Padres, and Red Sox fans could be heard chanting, "Sell the team, sell the team," in a message directed at John Henry. It's good to know we aren't the only lunatic city that chants things like this way too early in seasons.
Crazy, wow, it's a bad year for Fenway Sports Group.
Why? What happened to the soccer team?
Liverpool is terrible. They got destroyed in the FA Cup by Man City over the weekend.
Are they chanting "Sell the team" in Liverpool?
Probably not, because they just won the Premier League a year ago with Arne Slot. Even though he's under pressure, they might fire him. But this has not been a good year for Fenway Sports Group. Sports.
What a shame.
Yeah.
It's also early. And we stress that about the Mets.
Right.
And I'll even say it to Boston. We are 9 or 10 games into the season.
Right.
Take a deep breath.
Chill 5 out. Games back of the Yankees, though.
I get it. But how many games back were they of the Yankees last year at its pinnacle? Like, remember, the Yankees built a pretty big lead.
They were probably like 8 or so back halfway through the season.
I think more than that, honestly. The Yankees' biggest lead last year in the American League East, I was looking it up the other day, I think got to 6 games, and it was in late June. So we got to all just take and that doesn't mean if you're a Yankee fan, you don't want to continue to build your lead. I mean, run away and hide. You know, be the 84 Tigers and go 35-5 in your first 40 games and take a massive lead. But I do need to remind everybody, take a deep breath. Things can change on a dime, good and bad.
You think the Red Sox catch them again this year?
Do I think the Red Sox catch?
Forget the hyperbole. Just being serious. They're 5 games back. Do you think the Red Sox will catch the Yankees in San Antonio?
Here's the problem with your question. I'm not a big Red Sox guy. I picked them to finish in 4th place this season.
Okay, that's why I
think the Yankees are better. But is it early enough where the Yankees could hit a skid against the A's this week? Red Sox get hot, and maybe on April 16th, the Red Sox tie them?
I'm not looking for maybes, Evan. On the record, will the Red Sox catch the Yankees again at any point this year?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a yes. But it's not a confident yes. Okay. It's a kind of yes. Anyhow, the Jets are always made fun of. I'll tell you why it's gotten out of hand in a minute. But right now, Sean Morash, besides stealing the opinions and stories of our callers, will now feed us with an incredibly original Cinco de Luncho.
Sean Morash in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Bam! Crunch! Let's go! is right. Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. So the first weekend of games at Yankee Stadium is in the books, and not without many complaints. So I'm here to give you the 5 things Yankee Stadium needs to change immediately. Here we go.
Here we go!
Number 5.
I feel like we've been revolutionary as a show on this topic, but it came up again yesterday. Ken, we talked about it earlier. They just need to get ahead on reschedules of rain delays. We have so much technology. We have enough technology where people in our office know we have to get a hotel room ahead of a snowstorm. You surely have enough technology to know the window we plan on playing on Saturday, 48 hours out, is impossible. And if it changes, we live with it. We're going to get ahead and play this game on Saturday afternoon, or just tell everybody the game is Sunday night.
What I would ask anyone who had tickets to yesterday's Yankee game that featured a 3.5-hour rain delay to start, what's a bigger pain in the ass? A 3.5-hour rain delay that makes a 1:30 game start at 5 o'clock on Easter Sunday, or the Yankees giving you 48 hours notice to tell you the game was moved to Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I think the only issue with that suggestion, and it's an awesome one, Evan, is that it's unprecedented.
Yeah, well,
nobody has done it.
It takes one person to do it.
It takes one team to do it, and all of a sudden, I think teams would say, that's a hell of an idea.
If we're not going to have domes here, by the way, speaking, another factoid from Mike Vaccaro's great book, The Bosses of the Bronx. It was done. The Mets and the Yankees were getting domes.
Really?
Yeah, it was a done deal.
And?
It just, the budget didn't allow for it. It got cut out under Bloomberg, I think.
I think it's probably the same thing with the Giants Stadium, or the whatever it's called, MetLife.
Yeah.
It was already $1.5 billion.
It was already expensive.
You put a dome on, it's going to be $3 billion.
Now, both teams are getting stadiums at the same time. So you're talking about 2 stadiums. The price tag on both was close to $1 billion, but they were both getting retractable roofs, and then they had to cut it out. Both stadiums are beautiful.
Yeah.
But yes, we're left without domes.
Yep. All right. Number
4.
That's right. This is something that's not going to creep up all the time at special events. Evan, you remember when these stadiums were being built, and one of the big sells was the wide concourses and how you'd be able to see the game. We've now overdone it with money pigs. The Yankees got to cut out the standing room only ticket, or at least limit them, because it was too much on opening day. You could not move.
Yeah, it felt that way.
Yeah.
And I got it during the World Series, because I remember during one of the World Series games, I was moseying around, and it was jammed fine. Opening day, it felt like they sold thousands of standing room tickets, which is great for people to get into the ballpark. The problem is you just run out of space.
Yeah. There's nowhere to move. You want to be able to move and wiggle around.
Is there fire code rules?
If there was, they didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but they're not. The Yankees aren't screwing around with that. I just think
I know. I'm just saying.
There's a level of making it
felt
comfortable.
Here's the reason why. Now, again, I think we've figured out why this roadblock happened when we were trying to get to our seats. But imagine if there was an emergency.
No, I get you. It'd be tough.
You weren't going nowhere.
I was getting near having an anxiety situation.
I absolutely was. Shoulder to shoulder, not moving, until we decided to go coerce some dude to let us into the stands.
Yeah.
Without even looking at our tickets.
Yeah. I had to tell him I was Mike Allstott and I was with Rondé Barber. They let us right through. Here we go.
Number 3.
Number 3 is a simple request. Give me my clock back. I understand that the pitch clocks there and games are quicker. They have taken away the big old arm clock in Yankee Stadium.
It was the first thing that Susan Wolfman said when I went in and said hello to her.
Yes.
Joe Girardi was there. He said, let me go say hi to Susan. So I went in after him, and she looked up at the clock. She's like, the clock is gone.
It's gone. It was how we told Tommy Yankee Stadium. It's now a Benjamin Moore sign. And yes, they give you the digitized time.
But it's hard. There's so many numbers on the scoreboard.
It looks like an ERA.
Right. You don't know what it is. You're like, is that the time? Oh, yeah. It is the time.
And a retrain, it just, I know we sell everything. You didn't have to take away the clock, Yankee Stadium.
That is what I did notice, because I don't know if I think about it until someone brought it up because of the Benjamin Moore clock thing. The advertising in Yankee Stadium is everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Everywhere.
You know why we can't complain about that? If they're selling more advertising than most, but they're doing it to keep the name of the stadium, Yankee Stadium, as opposed to selling that, then I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I'll always say,
I agree with
sell
that.
as much advertising as you want as long as you keep the name.
I don't even care. I'm just saying, it just when you look, consciously look at the advertising, it's everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Number 2.
We talked about this earlier, ditching the sound effects between every pitch. It's too much. It's too distracting. I'm not saying you have to get rid of sound effects completely, but they can't be every pitch. It's ridiculous.
I agree. You can rewind on the Odyssey app to about 10:30. We all have a huge issue with it.
All right.
Number 1.
This is undeniable, number 1. And the Yankees got caught, let's be honest, looking silly this weekend. You cannot run out of food items You have to be prepared that this is the first weekend of your stadium being open. You have to be prepared that you're selling standing room only tickets. You have to be prepared that you know what you're doing when you offer cornflaked wrapped ice cream that look like a chicken bone. You have to know what you're doing when you have peanut butter and jelly going on hamburgers. You have to know what you're doing when
Did
you're
they run out of those too?
Well, remember when I went there, it was a delay. They couldn't get the cards working, and then they weren't sure how many they were going to sell all weekend. You have to be prepared when you're pushing chicken parm inside a dumpling, which also sold out this weekend. You can't be out of these food items because when you promote them, that is part of the reason people are coming to your ballpark, like it or not. That is unacceptable.
You're right. They got to be better at that. You're 1,000% right. Here's your Cinco de Luncho every day right around this time. I'm very annoyed about something. I shouldn't be annoyed, but I need to call out injustice when injustice is committed. I'm going to preface this by saying I understand that the New York Jets are terrible.
The New York Jets suck.
I'm the first to call them out.
Do not even start this point.
I'm going to start this point, and I'm going to finish it before you scream at me.
No. There's massive
news.
news. Massive.
Okay. If that's the case, then we'll get to the Jet point later.
Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade from the New York Giants.
Wow.
Get the hell out of here.
How about that? New contract? Is that the issue?
It's absolutely about a new contract.
This is from Adam Schefter. Giants All-Pro defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade and will not be participating in the team's offseason workout program that begins tomorrow. Lawrence and the Giants have been through 2 offseasons attempting to negotiate a contract reflecting his value to the Giants over the past 3 years, but there has not been any progress.
This is not perfect. This is very similar to what we mentioned earlier with the Islanders firing of Patrick Waugh, where when something first happens, you're stunned by it. Like we all just said, wow, as Sean broke the glass and told us that. But it's not surprising.
It's not surprising at all. If you've known what's going on for the last 2 years, really, he got an extension, but immediately got replaced and was underpaid relative to the top paid defensive tackles in football. And some of that showed up. And I won't say hold in, but it was kind of like that. Right? And so you felt that there was a disconnect between Dexter Lawrence and the organization. And as the season went on and the underproduction kept showing itself, then it felt like it was intentional and not, I'm just recovering from injury and I didn't have a good offseason, I'm overweight and all these other things. Now we get to the bottom of it. He wants a new contract. The Giants are probably dead fast against it. Therefore, he's requesting a trade.
And I remember bringing this up during the Combine where Joe Shane was talking about the status of his salary cap. And he mentioned how a few of his players are underpaid. Like, he brought it up, and I thought it was odd. I was like, you're right, Joe, but why would you say it? It's almost rubbing it in to some of the guys on your roster. And one of the guys on their roster is Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned this during the season last year, speculating like maybe it's the contract. I don't know what it is, but it could be something like that. And during the offseason, the early goings of the offseason, we talked about how could this roster look really different and talked about the idea of trading Dexter Lawrence. I'll have to find the audio. I think I predicted it at one point.
No, I think you did, actually.
I think I did. I'll find
And
out.
I remember the response was, hell no.
Because you guys
how are you replacing him?
Which, by the way, is a completely fair point. I mean, Sean looks distraught over there. So
no,
you're not? Because before you continue, the look on your face right now is of kind of like indigestion. But you know what? It's not fair for me to put words in your mouth. We'll ask you.
Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
We will. Your thoughts, your instant reaction as the face of Giant fandom about this report that Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade.
Well, there's two sides to this. Number one,
he's coming off a very bad statistical year.
And my LOL Jones point was so good. Now I got to wait.
It has to. So I have two trains of thought here. Number one, if we've learned anything about the NFL and trade requests, it's that just because a guy requests a trade doesn't mean he doesn't just in turn get a contract worked out. Like, I don't necessarily think this means definitively that Dexter Lawrence is gone and they won't figure this out.
No, the only reason this feels that way is because of what happened last season.
Exactly. So that would bring me to point number two. If Dexter Lawrence has seen it all with this organization, feels underpaid, I don't blame him, and I don't have any ill will. But I also kind of look at this as a potential opportunity for the Giants. I'm sorry, man. The Jets did pretty well for Quinn Williams with that trade package. Can't we all agree? Yeah,
pretty well.
Beyond good.
They did phenomenal.
If the Giants could get
a guy who was also underperforming.
Yeah. If the Giants could get a first-round pick plus for Dexter Lawrence, and I look at the meat of this draft in the 20s, 30s, think about the type of team that would trade for Dexter Lawrence. There's a lot of really good D tackles in this draft, kind of like Evan alluded to when Sauce Gardner got traded and wanting to replace him with a corner. Man, I know there's not that many Dexter Lawrences. I think I'm okay trading Dexter Lawrence if he gets that kind of package back, and then you're immediately investing in one of these big D tackles like a Peter Woods out of the draft and kind of restarting that. Because you know what, man? Dexter Lawrence, you had every chance if you really wanted that contract to put it all out there. I was disappointed with your effort last year, and the Giants have sucked stopping the run with you. We could suck stopping the run without you.
Yeah, but that's not the right approach. Like, because you did mention that their biggest issue, I think you said this on the air numerous times, the biggest issue you want them to address is their inability to stop the run. We're watching all these Giant games.
Yeah.
I don't know if the way to handle it is to say, well, we suck with you.
No, I know.
You're still trying to replace a 28-year-old Pro Bowler.
I think what Sean is saying is that if you trade Dexter Lawrence, and I'm not coming to camp, I'm not showing up, this is untenable, whatever, I've lost too much here, I want more money, I know you guys aren't giving it to it, you're better off trying to trade him, and if you get another first-round pick, then you do shore up the middle of your defense. You draft a linebacker, Sonny Styles. You then draft Caden McDonald or whoever the heck it is that was likely where your second first-round pick is, and you ultimately fix it. You replace with younger players and more depth than just keeping Dexter Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's many ways that this thing is going to play out. We have no idea what John Harbaugh thinks, first and foremost, because that's primarily, does John Harbaugh want to deal with this, or does he want Dexter Lawrence to be his guy and play for him the way that I think we're trying to see some of these other guys play for him?
Yeah, one thing about John Harbaugh, because John Harbaugh is still like in that honeymoon period here, and we've talked a lot about anything they do. There's a core of Giant fans who are going to say, you know what, I trust John Harbaugh. I don't think John Harbaugh could have done anything to stop this. This is about money. This is about a contract. This is about a guy who's been unhappy about his contract since basically the ink dried. And so while John does have the power to say, we're just going to pay you, this is about money. That's all it's about. And that's probably what it's been about for multiple years. Like, I don't think it was Dexter sick of losing. Dexter was sick of being underpaid.
Right.
Because right now they're in a great position to turn this franchise around with a competent head coach. And clearly their stance on paying him or altering this contract hasn't really changed. Now, the question you have to ask yourself, and this is, I think, at the feet of John Harbaugh, because whether he's the GM or not, we all agree he's got a lot of power with this organization, immense power with this organization. And he wants football players, and he wants guys who want to play football. Is there any part of John Harbaugh that says, I want to pay this guy? He's 28 years old. He's in the prime of his career, creates a new hole by trading him. I totally understand the value you may get back. But where does John stand on this?
Well, I have no idea where he's going to stand on this, but I think that John made it very clear in his opening press conference that he wants guys who want to be New York Giants and love football. And I think if Dexter Lawrence is adamant towards pushing himself out of the New York Giants, you can't have a bad seed sitting there. You just can't. Now, if Dexter Lawrence had this gripe against the Giants a year ago and then also had a phenomenal season, like earned his right to ask for this question, for this new contract, John Harbaugh would say, you know what, I'll get the best out of him.
Right. He did not have a great year
last year. But what we saw last year was a disgruntled Dexter Lawrence who grossly underperformed what's par for him. So that's what's problematic. That's why John Harbaugh might say it's better off. Now, again, I have no idea how John Harbaugh feels about Dexter Lawrence. I haven't heard him. Nobody's asked him about Dexter Lawrence. I'm sure now people will.
Well,
they're lamenting the fact that they didn't ask him about Dexter Lawrence.
It would have been purely speculative
when you had plenty of time to. Because let's be honest with you, with ourselves, Dexter Lawrence was one of the biggest talking points of last season.
And part of why he was a talking point, this is where I got to give Sean some credit here, because I remember everything, the good and the bad, was that Carl Banks was incredibly critical of him.
100%.
And I remember Sean came on the air and said, Carl Banks knows something. That was his thing. He knows something. He's a step ahead.
Carl Banks talks to people.
And it's almost as if Sean was alluding to the fact that Carl knew that you didn't just have a player that was underperforming, but you had a player who was underperforming and moping.
Yes.
And holding in, or whatever you want to describe it as. This isn't new around the Giant facility that Dexter Lawrence wasn't happy. So I give you credit, Sean, because that's what you said about the great Carl Banks, our coworker. You're like, yeah, he's got an idea of what's going on.
Yeah. And there was another caller I remember that day, and it stuck out with me that reminded us there's no way, I will never forget this quote. There is no way Dexter Lawrence would ever request a trade from the Giants. Do you remember why?
Why?
Because he's got a tattoo of the Giants logo on him.
No, he doesn't.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh, wow.
It's on his calf. And I remember that standing out. I'm like, well, what does that matter? He was drafted by the team. So that's going to come up now
Hey,
again.
that caller, I want to hear from you today or tomorrow. Like, where do you stand on that? The other thing is, and Connor Hughes points this out, is that usually when guys request trades, and let's stay local with Quinnen Williams, because Quinnen Williams is going to be used as an example based on the return that the Jets got, their age, their performance, totally comparable. I understand it. Quinnen Williams also demanded a trade, but he did it quietly. No one knew about it.
Yep.
We didn't know about it till after he was traded. So you have to ask yourself this. Why is this public? Why did Dexter Lawrence's people, because it's really his agent, decide, I'm going to pick up the phone?
Because the Giants said no. That's why.
So Dexter did it privately.
Dexter probably tried privately. His people tried privately. And they said, no, we're not trading you. You're one of our best players.
Not interested.
Not
Sorry
interested.
for the request, not going to do it.
Whereas the Jets and Darren Muji, who is still getting and learning this Jet organization, thinking creatively how to construct this team, I can get some assets for this guy, Quinnen Williams, who's not really great for us right now, and take advantage of somebody who really needs to upgrade their defense, a la the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
And by the way, he went to the Dallas Cowboys, Quinnen Williams, and played phenomenal.
Yeah.
The last 6 games or 7 games of the season. So it became a win-win. Now, it didn't help the Cowboys get anywhere close to being relevant in the postseason, but it was a plus win, plus trade for both sides. The question is, can the Giants replicate that with Dexter Lawrence?
It's very challenging because the Jets clearly made the decision to go full rebuild when they decided to trade Sauce Gardner, which, remember, came first.
Right.
The New York Giants are going through the complete opposite of a rebuild.
They're building.
Right, and they're trying to win.
Right.
This coach has said that. And when you have a 28-year-old player in the prime of his career, even if he's coming off of a down season, which maybe you attribute to injury, maybe you attribute to lack of motivation. Bottom line is, I think we all agree he still has a lot left in the tank. Like, he's not washed.
Yeah.
Are you really going out of your way to trade that player for what is essentially lottery tickets? It's a tough challenge. This is the first, I don't want to use the word crisis because crisis implies like it's the end of the world. But this is the first really big challenge.
Well, look, people
that Harbaugh's facing.
Teams get players asking for trades all the time, publicly or privately. They're usually not crises. And so I don't look at it like that. I look at it as Dexter Lawrence has been a great player for the Giants in some years, but in his mind, it's run its course, and he's ready to go someplace else because somebody else will appreciate him more than the New York Giants do.
And by appreciation, it means getting paid.
Right, even though he already got paid.
He did, but you know the way it is. He got paid, now it's outdated, and he wants to get paid again. We'll come back. We'll get to your calls on this. Breaking news, if you're just tuning in, Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade away from the New York Giants. We'll make our final call, should they do it, and what would it take to trade Dexter Lawrence? Plus more of your calls, 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. Guys, Major Golf is kicking off in Georgia this week, and make sure you check out Flag and Anthem Ambassador Keegan Bradley. He'll be head-to-toe in Flag and Anthem gear. Now is the time to grab some new gear from Flag and Anthem, especially their MVP polos made from their stretchiest performance fabric, and with over 30-plus prints to choose from, there's a polo for every guy and occasion out there. And starting Thursday, get a free Flag and Anthem tumbler when you spend $150 or more while supplies last. So go out and head on over to flagandanthem.com. Enter the code WFAN25 to get 25% off your order. Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life.
HSS is ranked the number 1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. Now with expanded services in New Jersey, patients can receive world-class care from their first appointment through to surgery and follow-up care for sports injuries, joint replacement, spine care, and more. Learn more at hss.edu/New Jersey.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
If UConn pulls the upset tonight over Michigan and wins its third national championship in 4 years, it will go down as the greatest achievement in the history of college basketball. We haven't seen a team win 3 championships in 4 years since John Wooden's UCLA and Rupp's Kentucky, and in this era of NIL and the transfer portal, this would be unprecedented if UConn won tonight 3 in 4 years. I'm Nick Costos.
Springfest is happening now at Lowe's. Keep the spotlight on your yard with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch, 5 bags for $10. Plus, when you want more help indoors, get up to 40% off select major appliances that help you supercharge your chores. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid to 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Cars you dream about, ones you imagine gripping the wheel of. Experience them all at the New York Auto Show. Exotics, sports cars, off-road, family SUVs, hundreds of vehicles. Daily through this Sunday at the Javits Center. Tickets at autoshowny.com.
Texting and driving? Big risk, big consequences. You risk traffic tickets, fines, and if you crash and injure someone, you could even go to prison. Pay attention or pay the price. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Batteries Plus presents Power Ballads.
Unless you live in a cave, you need batteries. For cars, boats, and smartphones to keep life a breeze. Did you know we sell key fobs? We program them too. From lithium to 9 volt, batteries up the wazoo. Batteries Plus, there's no problem too large. Batteries Plus, we're the experts in charge.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park!
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra-low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go teams!
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
The New York International Auto Show is back, highlighting the latest automotive trends. The show provides an engaging forum where new technology and designs can be viewed, explored, and enjoyed. For 2026, Kia is offering the all-new Seltos SUV and the all-new all-electric EV3 entry-level SUV. Kia's second-generation Seltos and the all-new EV3 bring advanced design and electrification to the show. James Bell, Head of Public Relations at Kia America.
Built for getting the most out of your daily commute or weekend adventure, the fully redesigned 2027 Kia Seltos raises the bar for the compact CUV segment. The all-new Seltos features an available hybrid powertrain, bold new styling, a roomier cabin, and advanced technology. Meanwhile, the all-new 2027 Kia EV3 sets a new benchmark as the most attainable model in the brand's growing electric vehicle lineup. The EV3 delivers efficient, all-electric performance with a compact footprint alongside the space, safety features, and advanced technology of a much larger SUV.
For more information on the Seltos CUV and the all-electric EV3 SUV, visit kia.com. Sponsored by Kia.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Start the day with Boomer and Gio, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
How we doing on this fine Monday? Evan and Tiki on the Fan, the Carton Show with Big Mac coming up in an hour. If you're just tuning in, we had some football news. Dexter Lawrence has said, I would like to be traded. Adam Schefter reporting within the last half hour that Dexter Lawrence, coming off of a down year for the Giants a year ago, still playing on a contract that appears to be a steal or at least below his market value. Dexter Lawrence has told the New York Giants he would like to be traded. The timing of it is very interesting. The draft is in a week and a half. And by the way, speaking of the NFL draft, this would be a nice time to tell you that we are going to have a big NFL WFAN draft party on the FAN rooftop. We're going to have some food, have some drinks, and everybody around here is going to give our raw reaction to what goes down as the picks are coming in. It's going to feature Boomer, Gio, Recco, me, Tiki, Sean, Carton, Big Mac. We're all going to be hanging out there talking draft. That's April 23rd, beginning at 7:30 on the FAN YouTube page, Instagram, X, Facebook, all there for you on draft night. My initial reaction is, if the New York Giants are going to trade Dexter Lawrence, if that's what they're ultimately going to do, it is absolutely happening in the next week and a half. Like, they're not taking this.
It wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Right, because then you're trading him for draft picks for next season, and it doesn't benefit you now. So I think this moves quick. I think if they hold on to him through the draft, that would be a sign to me that they're really going to try to make this work and put another Band-Aid over this with a brand new contract and make Dexter happy. I doubt they're going to go in a camp and say, we dare you to not show up.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's ultimately what's going to come down to, but that's not going to benefit Dexter at all.
Which one? Making him come to camp without a new contract?
Yeah, or him holding out,
right?
Him not showing up, him not being around, because that's kind of what precipitated where we are now, right? Obviously, he had a shoulder or an elbow injury last year, so he missed time. He came into camp. He wasn't in great shape. It took him a while to get back. Things kind of just started to fall apart early on in the season, and he had a subpar year. He can't afford to have two subpar years and then say, I deserve to get paid.
Right.
And now I'm a year older. This either has to get done before the draft, or he's got to just drop it and say, I want to be a Giant for life. That's the only. There's two solutions here. That's it. Get traded before the draft or drop it, because they're not going to trade him afterwards.
I agree. And I think having this be a standoff is it's bad all the way around.
Yes.
Now, John Harbaugh's not a rookie head coach, so it's not like he can't deal with things, but it's not ideal in your first season as you're trying to really change the culture of the New York Giants. Mm-hmm. It's not ideal to have to deal with one of your better defensive players holding out.
Well, that's the issue, is that he's one of the leaders, in theory.
Right.
He's one of the leaders of the team. And so the last thing you need is one of the guys that all the younger guys are looking up to being a malcontent. Because that's how things start to get, well, why aren't they taking care of Dex? And,
right.
If they're not taking care of Dex, are they going to take care of me? And, yeah, Dex is right. No, Dex is wrong. Like, it gets divisive. And it's the last thing you need when you're a new head coach.
All right, so we are within 35 minutes of this breaking news. I want your raw, animalistic predictions on how this plays out. April 6th, 1:03 p.m., How does the Dexter Lawrence saga end, Tiki Barber?
He gets a restructured contract.
So it ends up a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a restructured deal. He's happy.
Yep.
Any idea of when this restructured deal happens?
No.
Before camp, though?
Yeah. Yes. Training camp. Yeah.
Happy ending, Tiki Barber. I'll go next. Sean, we'll let you go last.
Okay.
It's very big and exciting to find out what Sean says.
Right. Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
I'm going to. Patience. I think he gets traded. And I think he's going to get traded in the next week and a half. This was a prediction I had earlier this year. I have to find the audio of that, so I have to stand on it. But I think for Dexter Lawrence and his people to come out and announce this a week and a half before the draft, and they announced it by leaking it to Adam Schefter, that is them hitting the nuclear button. That's them saying, all right, we tried all these things behind the scenes. It did not work. And so now we just have to end this. And so ultimately, I think he's going to get traded. I don't have a team yet. I'd love to give you. I don't have one yet. And I think you're going to get a late first-round pick plus a third-round pick. If I had to guess on compensation, it's not going to be the Quinnen Williams trade. And you got to understand why. That was in the middle of the season taking advantage of a desperate owner.
Right. Who wanted defensive help.
Yeah. After a trade that got nationally lampooned. And there was desperation in the middle of the season. So to expect it to be the same value of Quinnen Williams, it's just, I don't think it's realistic. So I think this trade's going down in the next week and a half, and you will walk away with a first and third round pick. Sean Morash.
Woo. I mean, this is a really tough one. Like, I really see both areas of this. My gut tells me, based on what you said, I think he is traded. I'm going to give you a surprise the more I've scanned this. I think the Giants upgrade in the draft. I think Robert Saleh and Brian Dable trade for Dexter Lawrence. And the Giants actually get the 4th overall pick plus a 4th rounder.
So you're moving up one slot in the draft.
And the Giants will then take the 4th and 5th picks.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I apologize. I took that the wrong way.
They're not trading picks in a player.
They're
trading
giving you the 4th overall pick.
4th overall pick. You know how Saleh loves his D lineman.
I think that's crazy.
Look,
I think that's crazy.
Just for context, Dexter Lawrence is the 12th per AAV. The 12th highest paid defensive tackle in football.
Which is crazy.
The 12th. Not like 5th or 6th, like it's barely outside of the top. He's the 12th.
Right.
Aleem McNeil is making more money than him. So, and most people don't even know who that is. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
It's like there is an argument for what Dexter Lawrence is pining for. However, last season didn't prove it. Last season is what kills his argument.
Sure.
Because he was so underperformed, the expectation and what everyone expected from him. So, interesting, Sean. I think there's a question mark around him around the league. That's the problem.
You're not getting the 4th overall pick. And that's what you're saying, right?
Yes, because there's a question mark around him.
Yeah.
There was going into last season, it was no doubt who he was. And then he was a pain in the butt. It became quasi-public. Like it was something you talked about but didn't talk about. But people were talking about it. And the league circles looked at him and was like, what the hell's wrong with Dexter Lawrence? Why is it half a sack? Seriously? They can't stop the run? He gets pushed around the line of scrimmage? Like, there's a question mark around him. And I don't know if teams are willing to say, you know what? He'll be right with us. Give the world to the Giants. We want him.
And the 4th overall pick is an awful lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot that you're suggesting.
Listen to me.
I thought it was a 4-5 swap.
Time out.
Second.
I'm not suggesting that would be smart of the Tennessee Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just scanning the board on who could use a player like Dexter Lawrence and telling you that Robert Saleh is obsessed with D linemen and his former head coach is sitting there, and they don't feel like a very smart leader team right now.
That's a good landing spot.
It's a great landing spot. I don't differ on
I just
the
don't think
landing spot.
I just don't think they're giving up their number 4 pick.
Exactly.
If they're considering taking Jeremiah Love there at 4 right now, I know we get into that whole conversation. How do you not consider going and getting the proven quantity on the one thing they love, which is D lineman in Tennessee?
Because that's not usually the way it works.
Yeah.
I get your rationale on it, but when you are paying top dollar for a player,
that's fine.
Like you're usually not doing that. I think Tennessee's a great idea. Like I totally agree with the way Tiki laid it out. Like I think that's a great landing spot. But the idea that you're getting the 4th overall pick for him, I almost want to laugh at you.
That's fine. You can laugh at me. And this is all off the cuff. I'm scanning needs. I'm trying to figure out what works.
It's breaking news. You're reacting emotionally.
I just, look, I agree with Tiki. Like, he should get paid. But I kind of look at this from the Giant point of view, and the more I think about it and go, this might be a blessing, man, as Dexter's getting a little older to kind of get insane value.
Else, man. You're something
and
else.
I love Dexter Lawrence.
No, I think Sean has the mentality of good riddance. If you don't want to be here, then we don't want you.
I got you.
I kind of do.
I get you. All right, so here's the real question before we get to your calls. That's our predictions. What do you want them to do? Like, as you stand here right now, Teak, I get the sense that you'd want them to make this
I want
work.
a great player.
So
he's potentially one of the best D tackles in football.
So you want to make this work with him?
100%.
You're not ready to give up and just say,
no, I'm
not
not a Dexter Lawrence hater.
Got you.
I know there are fans that are getting to that point. Just like there were fans that were Darrelle Revis haters.
I saw it. Drove me nuts. By the way, for those Jet fans who want the point I was trying to make before the breaking news, I'll get to it at 1:17. Okay? We'll write that down, interrupt the show, Sean, and let me get to my LOL Jets point. I'll edit it down
right,
so it's not too long, but it was a good one, and I was about to do it until Sean Morad said, "You can't do it right now. Shut up."
Evan Roberts.
We need to get to the Giant, which you were right about.
Yeah, if I let you get a minute into that take and then broke the glass, you would have killed me. So we were trying to save it.
No, I appreciate that. Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Bill in Rivervale. Good afternoon, Bill.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm looking at right now the ESPN Giants depth chart. So maybe it's a little bit, it might be a little bit old, but what I'm looking at right now is the only defensive tackle or the only nose tackle on the team right now outside of Dexter Lawrence is Sam Roberts. So for a team that is trying to win now with John Harbaugh, which he's made clear over and over again that he wants to win now, to trade an all-pro level defensive tackle who did have a bad year, but at 28 years old, I'm going to guess is bouncing back. There's really no point in my mind as to, even if you get a first-round pick, at best, maybe you're replacing him and then you still have to fill other holes. I would rather just say, look, it's a risk either way. Pay him. We're going to try to win now. He's happy. John Harbaugh unlocked something in him. And then nobody's going to be sitting here a year from now wishing we had another first-round pick. But, you know, I understand the fact that they wanted good value, but you got your good value for a couple years, and now you need to pay the man what he's worth. So that's all I feel about it.
Yeah, look, we don't know what kind of defense Denard Wilson's going to run. He typically runs the 3-4, which means you have to have an aggressive and really solid defensive tackle and nose guard, that middle guy. And Dexter Lawrence fits the bill, so I agree with him. That's why I don't want to lose Dexter Lawrence. Now, the current depth chart as it sits, Roy Robertson Harris is he was good last year, but he's not like the girth of Dexter Lawrence. You're going to need a 320, a 330 pounder to sit down in there, but I think you can find those guys. So you're not going to draft one and say go play right away, but you're going to find those guys. They're available.
You're just creating a new hole.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Without like the beginning of free agency.
Right.
Like you can still add guys, and obviously the draft is right upon us, but you're creating a new hole. Right. And you're taking away a leader from this defense. Like there's no argument that the Giants get better by deleting Dexter Lawrence. They don't. So you're making things more difficult in a year in which, he said it, the expectation is to win games. Let's go to Nick in Astoria. Hey, Nick. Nick.
What's going on, fellas? First time, long time. Nice to be with you.
I appreciate you, dude.
What's up, man?
I was wondering what you guys would think, maybe trading Dex for a cornerback position in need and maybe a pick or something like that. And then any cornerbacks you think they can get.
Yeah.
It's tough to find that match because you so rarely see the player-for-player trades. I know we see more of that than ever before.
Right.
But it's tough to find that right matchup where you're sending him to a team that can use Dexter and wants to pay Dexter, and they're giving you back a starting caliber corner in return.
Yeah. The team that would to do it would be with the Eagles. But that's because they have a plethora of D tackles. So they could use maybe, but it's not going to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's the other way around.
I was thinking briefly, not in terms of trading to a cornerback, but I do this all the time. And I always say it's important. Like, you put your own team through the processor. Guys available, and you just think briefly, does it make sense for my team? So, of course, I thought about the Jets. And the Jets and Giants have made trades together. Obviously, we dealt you Leonard Williams years ago, midseason. So it's not unforeseen. The Jets filled that nose tackle position with a lot of young, high upside guys on short-term deals. So while the position features some interesting talent, obviously none of those guys are as proven as Dexter Lawrence. And I did put it through the processor real quick. Am I trading the 16th overall pick for a guy that I now have to give a brand new contract to, who I watched firsthand, we all did, and saw him struggle last year? Probably not. Yeah. So I don't see a matchup in case you guys were wondering.
It's also, if you have a couple of top-end corners and they're under team-friendly deals, you're not trading them.
Right. And I wasn't even offering that. I was just more offering, I know the Jet, we obviously have a lot of assets.
Right.
Does it make sense? I think from your case it would, because you're going to want draft capital back, and the Jets could offer a ton of that. From my sense, it's probably a no-go. But I put it through the processor.
The Giants can't, this is the other thing, too. If they can't trade Dexter Lawrence for anything less than starting with a first-round pick, too.
100%.
So if
Quentin Williams got a first-round pick, then Dexter Lawrence is going to get a first round.
Like we talked about, man, the circumstances are very
different. But this is the point, though. If the circumstances are different, that's how the league feels about him, then the league's going to feel that way contract-wise, and he's going to lose less leverage elsewhere anyway.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that...
It's basically echoing what I was just saying. There's a question mark around Dexter Lawrence around the league.
Yeah.
So there's not this great value for him.
Right. So I'm just countering you guys saying at minimum you get a first round pick when there's no guarantee you're getting.
So I guess
then you don't trade him.
That's it. I hold on to him, and Dexter Lawrence doesn't have the leverage to say I need to be the highest paid D tackle in football. You figure out some kind of middle ground.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have the demand for that elsewhere.
I think teams would pay him. Like, if the Giants allowed him to speak to other teams, I think that, especially because you say it all the time, the salary cap is so fungible and so fake. Like, you'll find a team that's willing to give him what he wants. What you may not find is the draft capital you want back. Again, Quentin Williams is the example we're always going to use. But as you pointed out, and I echo it, the Cowboys were just weird.
Right. Because they gutted their defense. And as good as Dak Prescott and their offense was with CeeDee Lamb and all that, who was it? What am I forgetting? Wide receiver?
George Pickens?
George Pickens, how great their offense was. They couldn't stop a nosebleed. And so they were desperate to fill their defensive gaps. And Dexter Lawrence or Quentin Williams fit the bill. And it's why it was worth a first-round pick, because they weren't going to find a guy like that in short term, and probably because they were good, they weren't going to draft one either.
Before we get back to your calls, let me explain my anger with LOL Jets real quick and why I think it hit a boiling point of irrationality. So I was reading some headlines the other day, and I'm going to read them to you, and then I'll tell you why it's all a bunch of crap and it needs to stop. Fox News. New York Jets own longest playoff drought in major North American pro sports after Sabres make playoffs. New York Post. Jets now by themselves for longest active playoff drought with Sabres clinching postseason spot. Outkick. Buffalo Sabres make New York Jets officially the saddest franchise in pro sports. ESPN with Sabres playoff berth. Jets own longest active playoff drought. They already had it, you idiots.
Thank you. I thought I was going nuts this weekend.
Okay, good. We're on the same side.
I thought they had it.
They had it. The Jets' last playoff game was the 10 season, but it was January of 11. The Sabres made the playoffs in 2011. Okay? So it's one season later, and if you want to get literal, it's a few months later. April 26, 2011, the Buffalo Sabres lost the 7th game of the Eastern Conference quarters against the Philadelphia Flyers. That is a full season later and a few months later. Why these news outlets are saying, the Jets own it. The Jets had it! It's an excuse to say LOL Jets. It's an excuse. There's no reason for you to report this. We already had the streak.
Right.
Why are you talking about us getting the streak? We had the Sabres beat by whatever metric you want to use. You want to use the calendar? Jets. You want to use seasons? Jets. Whatever you want to look at, we're the biggest losers. So why Fox News, ESPN, New York Post, Yahoo, NBC, Outkick. You all suck. You are all desperate, so desperate to get clicks that you're saying something that was already true again. Like, dude, I get it. We suck. I'll be the first to tell you that. We don't need extra stuff like this that's built in by lies. The Sabres didn't have the streak.
Not lies. Oh, right. Or just
the Jets don't now own a streak.
Misinterpretations.
They've already had it.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So why are these news agencies repeating it like it's fact?
Because it's a way to talk football without knowing jack about football.
It's a way to go LOL Jets without knowing a damn thing about LOL Jets.
No, this was the time to take whoever now has the second longest drought and dump on them. And go, you're in the sentence with the Jets. You know what I mean?
Do you know who it is?
I actually don't.
I don't know for sure. I think it's the Angels in baseball. I think it's...
Is that true?
By like 5 years.
Yeah, because think about it. What's his name made it his first year, right? Ohtani?
No, Ohtani never made it. It's Trout. You're thinking about.
Trout, right.
Yep.
And that was it.
I think it was like 2015 or 16. I'm trying to remember the exact year. But bottom line is, I don't know the list by heart, but we were already number one. So why are we being ridiculed in the media for now owning a streak that we've already owned?
Just in case you forgot.
Oh, in case you forgot, you losers. So that was the point I was going to make.
I'm very happy you did that.
Well, thank you.
Because I spent a couple more minutes than I should have this weekend going, have we been saying this wrong on the air for years? The Jets didn't own us?
No, people are either stupid or they lie to you to get clicks. So you can take your pick on that. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it's different with each outlet. Either they're purposely lying to you because they think you're stupid, or they're stupid, right? Those are the...
Somebody is stupid.
Somebody's very stupid. We'll come back and get back to your phone calls, 888-808-1019, and why the NBA decided to change a long-standing tradition. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you. Natty tonight between Michigan and UConn, and I think Yaxel Lendeborg's injury will play a big factor down the stretch. Michigan's best player injured his ankle and knee in the first half against Arizona and only played 14 minutes, though scoring 11 points. He vowed to play tonight, but admitted he might just be a corner three-point shooter. Either way, I think Dan Hurley and the Huskies saved their best ball all season for this tournament, and they will keep it close. I'm taking the Huskies. I'm Pat Boyle, Bet Smarter, Beat the Books. Download the BetMGM app today.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup? Take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Hey guys, let's get real for a second. When it comes to performance, good enough isn't good enough. And that's exactly why Blue Chew just raised the bar. Blue Chew Gold tablets go further than others, combining 2 proven ingredients for circulation plus apomorphine and oxytocin to enhance arousal, desire, and connection from the inside out. Get started today at BlueChew.com. And now we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off the first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code WFAN. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
John Fogerty. Steve Winwood. The Legacy Tour. Saturday, September 12th, Northwell at Jones Beach Theater. Celebrating 2 legends. One night of hits. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss John Fogerty and Steve Winwood live.
D'Agostino, law, bite back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Whoa. Okay, this one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or?
I'm thinking half-half.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Aetna has been my lifesaver. Easy to understand, and if not, customer service is always there to help.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We show up for you because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus, real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, Precision Cooking, Effortless Results, chefiq.com. The story of the morning, Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade for the New York Giants as the Giants and Dexter Lawrence are at a bit of a standoff in terms of contract. There is no local baseball tonight, no local hockey either. The Knicks do play the Hawks in Atlanta at 7. And tonight, the NCAA men's basketball season will come to an end as Michigan meets UConn for the national championship in Indianapolis.
Now, stop right there. Do you guys notice something wrong with what you just said? No, you didn't say anything wrong, but if you notice something that you just described that's wrong and different about what you just said?
No.
I'll help you out. Tonight is the national championship game as UConn tries to win its 3rd national title in 4 years against Michigan, trying to win their first national championship since what, 1989?
Yeah.
Okay.
A Big Ten team hasn't won in like 30 years.
Great. It's the national title game. I'm interested. Not even the biggest college basketball fan. I'll be watching. Sean also mentioned that the Knicks play the Hawks and there's a full slate of NBA games. That's new. The NBA used to sit out the Monday of the national championship game and hand it to the NCAA championship game. Do you guys remember that? I kind of don't.
What? Now that you say that, I do.
I think I just always was watching the national championship game, so I never even considered the NBA. That's a great point in perspective from a lot of people, which is, I never thought about it because there was no NBA games. I wasn't going to watch it anyway. Right. As an NBA geek, they used to sit it out. And then, if I'm not mistaken, in the last couple of years, they'd have a game, maybe 2 games. There's a full slate tonight. And so the NBA has told college basketball, go screw. We're going to put a slate of games on, and we're not bowing down to anything.
You're a schmuck.
And I wonder if this is about the TV deals. Like, tonight's Knicks game is on NBC Peacock as well as MSG, so you have an option tonight. And I wonder if it's the new TV deal saying, hey, we're not bowing out. Like, we have a package. We're not sitting out on Monday night, the final Monday night of the regular season. No, you're going to have a game. But that jumped out at me because I was like assuming, it was about a week ago when I was assuming this, that, there'll be no NBA on Monday night. No, there's no Mets, there's no Yankees. Perfect. It's just college basketball. And then I saw that there was like a full slate of NBA games, and I was deeply confused. So, the NBA has recently decided that they don't believe in tradition anymore. Well, I don't mind. You don't care. I don't care. Exactly. I think some people will, but do you really? Do you care? A little bit I do. I'll tell you why. Well, first of all, I love the NBA. I watch every Knicks game as much as I may hate watch them. I do watch every single Knicks game.
and I'm going to watch the national title game. Like, I'm intrigued by the national title game. There's no Mets. There's no Yankees. I want to see who wins. And I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. I'll be the first to tell you. Now, the good news is the Knicks game begins at 7, and the national title game is probably not tipping off to like 8:50. So the Knicks game should be ending in the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Or close enough, right?
Very close. So it's really not a hindrance. But when you ask me, do I care? My honest answer is a little bit. Like, I'm not screaming and yelling. I mean, just, yeah, I cared. I thought it was a cool tradition that the NBA had. And I say this as someone that is an NBA pig, right? I talk about how the product's better than college basketball. I have these fights with college basketball experts and all that crap. I respect your game, though.
Right.
And it's a shame that the NBA doesn't anymore. So,
wow. Those are harsh words.
I mean, just calling it like it is, bro.
Now, is it also possible that this is the case because there's only 1 week left in the NBA season? It feels like there's usually 2 weeks left.
I guess it's possible. I think it's the TV deal, though.
Okay.
I think the fact that, like, look at the Knicks game tonight. It's on NBC Peacock. So I'm going to assume that in those board meetings where NBC is giving them a lot of money, they said we're not bowing down to college basketball. And then the rest of the league said, screw, we'll cancel like 4 more games. Or we'll play 4 more games. That'd be my guess. But whatever, yeah. So that's a thing. It used to be a tradition, though.
Traditions are meant to be broken.
Do you remember the tradition or no?
Now that you say that, I vaguely do. But if you were to tell me they changed this 5 years ago, I also would have believed you.
Gotcha. All right, let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. John is in Massapequa. Good afternoon, John.
Hey, how's it going? Hope all is well with you guys. I'm a big fan of the show. And just a question about the Knicks and the Hawks. The Hawks are 18-2 in their last 20 games. The Knicks are the 3 seed right now, but the Cavs are just trailing them, I think, by a game. Very important matchup tonight between the two of them. If the Knicks were to play the Hawks in the playoffs, I think the Hawks would upset them. I want to know what you guys think about that. And then also potential who the Knicks should want to play in the playoffs and who they shouldn't want to play in the playoffs.
It's a great question. A couple of things I want to tackle on that is that the Knicks have 4 more games left on their schedule. Atlanta, Boston, Toronto, and Charlotte. If they avoid losing twice, which means they really need to go 3-1 and forget about what Cleveland does, they're not dropping to 4.
Yeah.
Because right now they're up by a game, plus they have the tiebreaker. Tiebreakers matter. So they're still really in the pole position to hold on. Now, obviously, those are not easy games. I mean, every team they're facing is a playoff team.
Right.
So I acknowledge that it's not easy, though 3 of those 4 games are at home. But Atlanta is incredibly dangerous. The other one that really scares me is Charlotte. But they scare me on a level, Tiki, of like it being a long series, how young they are, how explosive they are, how athletic they are. But the lack of experience, especially in the case of Charlotte, would still give me the confidence that the Knicks would win the series.
True, but but if you really think about it, Charlotte, who is currently in the 8th seed right now, and everything you said is right. The Knicks are much more experienced. They have veterans who have been established. They know how to win. A lot of them have been in a postseason. Charlotte is young and kind of up and coming, but they're only 7 games behind the Knicks.
No, and
it's not like they are they're 12 games back and they're just maybe they get lucky. They're actually kind of on par.
And to our last caller's point, and you can totally dismiss this, but again, I think the information is interesting and important.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to pick the date, you want to say January 1st?
Yeah.
The Hornets have a better record than the Knicks.
Right.
It's like that whole thing with the Mets that me and Tommy used to fight about. He'd be like, the Mets are better than the Phillies. Go back to whatever the arbitrary date was. The Mets are better. And he was right. Like over a sample size, they were better. At what point do you take that seriously? Now, I want to answer his question. The team I'd rather face in the first round that's realistic is the Toronto Raptors. I believe that they would give me the easiest first-round matchup.
Mm-hmm.
The way things stand right now, the Knicks are the 3 seed. I think it is likelier than not that they will remain at 3. Philly is 6, but they're tied with Toronto with the tiebreaker. So all you need is a little trip up by the Sixers, and the Raptors could jump up to the 6th spot. But when you look at Charlotte, Toronto, Philly, Atlanta, I can throw Orlando in there because they're all somewhat realistic first-round opponents. That's why I can't even make a poll on Twitter because there's so many options.
Right.
I would probably say of all of them, the Toronto Raptors would be my preferred first-round opponent if I'm a Knicks fan. I think you win any of these series. I'm not saying you're losing.
Right.
But in terms of like ranking the difficulty, I would say Toronto is number 1. Eddie is in Vernon, New Jersey. Hey, Eddie.
Yo, what's up, guys? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you,
Love
man.
your show.
Appreciate you.
Listen, I'm a contractor, from New Jersey, 50 years, all right? I build houses, all that stuff. When I got a contract in front of me and it's signed, I can't build the house halfway and then say, oh, man, the house is half done. It's costing me way too much money. I got to go to the customer and say I need more money. I say you got to let Dexter Lawrence beat it because you signed a contract. You honor the contract.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
It's different. It's football, man. These contracts aren't guaranteed. It's a different world. This isn't every other sport, nor is it your job.
If it was baseball, that would be the case.
Yeah, basketball too.
You don't get to, hey, man, I'm outperforming this contract.
Right.
Let's redo it.
Doesn't happen.
It does not happen in baseball.
And it's because of the two-way street of the non-guaranteed contracts. That's why it happens, because the NFL owners have the right to say, you suck, we're going to release you now.
Yes.
And so I know we like to compare it, whether it's the house-building job or it's the other sports. It's not a comparable thing. I do want to bring this up, though, about Dexter Lawrence. I went back to the audio of when we talked about this a few months ago, and it was not a sexy clip, but I was making the points on why trading Dexter Lawrence made sense. And one of my big points back then, and I stand by it because I double-checked to make sure I was accurate back then, the Giants would save a ton of cap space by trading Dexter Lawrence. There are certain trades where there's a lot of dead money.
Yeah.
The dead money
I didn't even think about that aspect of it.
Yeah, and that was what I was bringing up in our very boring discussion, clearly on my end, of why it made sense. They would save upwards of $20 million in cap space. Now, if you look at the Giants' current cap situation.
And that's this year?
That's this season.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And it's a bigger deal probably today in a weird way than before because the Giants have used a lot of their cap space. They don't have a lot left. Now, you tell me, Sean, because I'm sure you're following the free agency stages more than any of us now. If they did free up $20 million in cap space, what are you doing with it?
Yeah, I mean, nothing that's big price. Like, everything would be one-year flyer deals.
Right.
That being said.
But that $20 million, by the way, is after the draft. That's post-June.
After the draft. And remember, they could roll it over into next year. But also, let's not discount this. We don't know what a trade package looks like. How do we know a player is not involved in this? You know what I mean? Like, I know that it's lighter and the Jets got Mozzie Smith, but it may not be all $20 million if they find, kind of a disgruntled for disgruntled type.
And that probably actually makes more sense because of the fact that it's not the beginning of free agency. It's not like you're taking this newfound cap space and going on some kind of party.
What if they get an offensive lineman in a draft? You know what I mean? Yeah. Anything like that is possible.
Or a corner, as one of our callers suggested. I'm not sure who that person would be or how good that person is. They're not going to be to the level of Dexter Lawrence as a defensive tackle, but yeah, you could very well get a player back. But that is something to keep an eye on, that they would be creating a lot of cap space with the potential Dexter Lawrence trade. Brian is in Northport. Hey, Brian.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
So this kind of sucks. I've been looking forward to the Giants season, looking forward to the draft, but, it's kind of like a crisis-opportunity, right? Like, I lean towards getting rid of him just because once you get this far, you get that weird feeling, even if he stayed, like, you want it gone. You want it out of here. It's like that girlfriend in high school that gave you an ultimatum, and it's like, this is not going to end well, no matter what, even if you do stay. And he shot himself in the foot by playing like crap last year, whether it was just, physical and him not being in shape or, playing disgruntled, and now you want more money? And who's going to want him?
Yeah.
I think it's a good time to get rid of him. And Harbaugh is what he's saying. He wants people that want to be Giants. And now you've got this top player, supposedly, going into his first season as a head coach. I think it's an opportunity for him to send a message. All right, we'll trade you. We'll get what we can.
Brian,
and we only want people that want to be Giants.
Brian, you're right. You're so right. And if somebody can do this right now, it's John Harbaugh because he still has the equity to do it. He still has the pre-Giant, tons of years of success with Baltimore Ravens equity to say this is not the type of player I want on my team, whether it's because he doesn't want to be here or his individual monetary situation is more important than the team, his performance from a year ago. John Harbaugh could get away with doing it right now and not face a repercussion, no matter what happens to Dexter Lawrence down the stream. He's not the type of player I want on my team. Therefore, no matter what the contract says, he's not on this team. New head coaches, and especially established head coaches, this is how Tom Coughlin was when he came in, you can get away with that. And if it's going to happen, and we think that if this is not going to happen and we think that Dex is going to be a problem for the next couple of years, then John Harbaugh is missing an opportunity to clear it right away.
Yeah. Would he be a problem?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, if the Giants say, we appreciate you making this public and asking for a trade, but we're not going to do it.
Right.
And he goes to training
But
camp.
I think that already happened.
Where he asked for the trade, the Giants said no.
Yes.
For whatever reason.
That's why it became public.
Right.
Because why the hell is this public?
Right.
Honestly.
Very Myles Garrett-like.
Yeah. Why is this public?
By the way, Myles Garrett's an interesting comp.
Yeah, Myles Garrett is the greatest player and defensive player in the NFL right now.
He asked for a trade.
Yes.
Has he been traded?
No, but he.
So sometimes it does work.
But hold on. Myles Garrett didn't want to get traded.
Well, no, he did. He wanted to win, though. It was a little different.
No, he was different.
What do you mean?
He wanted to get paid. Myles
Oh,
Garrett.
you don't think it was about I'm sick of losing? That's true, because he ended up
ended up getting paid.
He got paid. Now, should Cleveland now trade him anyways? Probably.
Right.
But because you pay him so that you incur the dead cap hit on the signing bonus, the guaranteed money, and then he's relatively cheap to somebody else. And if he goes and has 2 great seasons, he's going to get paid again. So Myles Garrett did it to get paid. You guys suck. This team is terrible. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not making enough money. Trade me.
Are you sure it was to get paid? He wrote a letter talking about how much winning mattered.
And then he took money.
You know what winning is, right, Evan?
Yeah, at the paycheck. or
Exactly.
at the bank.
At the bank.
That's winning. Well, our last caller brought up something.
But my point is, Myles Garrett has been an elite edge rusher every single year.
Oh, no doubt.
Without fail.
Right.
It
Unlike Dexter.
It is guaranteed like taxes and death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dex can't say that anymore.
Right.
He could have before last year. He can't say that anymore. And so you created a question mark that's your own fault. And now you're going to demand a trade? You're barking up the wrong tree at the wrong time.
Right. And unlike what Cleveland did with Myles Garrett, where you said, hey, give him the money and then we can trade him now. He had another monster year. You don't know if Dexter Lawrence, even at age 28, is going to have another monster year.
Right.
I think he will. Like, I'm not convinced it's the end of his career or this is the decline, but he may not.
Evan,
then you're stuck with a big contract.
He was out of shape all year.
Right, but if he gets into shape, do you think he's capable of being the guy he was 2 years ago?
Is he motivated? Let me see it.
Well, you would think he'd be motivated trying to get a new contract, or it could go the other way and he's just pissed off.
He was trying to get a new contract last year and he wasn't motivated.
No, I get you. So if they bring him back, then wouldn't the same thing occur?
I don't know. That's on him.
Yeah, it's not an ideal situation.
It's a terrible situation. But the fact that this is public now only makes it even more so.
And
because now Giant fans, and I doubt this will happen inside the locker room, but Giant fans are picking sides of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
he's not a beloved. You're a star, an all-pro player, great Giant in half the fans' minds anymore. Half of them are going to call and say, you know what? Good riddance, dude. Get the hell out of here. You don't want to be here?
Right.
You don't want to honor your contract? You sucked last year? Leave.
The other thing is you've got a fan base right now that believes in the organization. If this was a year ago and Dexter Lawrence came out in the Shane Dable administration and said, I want out, I think half of the Giant fan base would just simply blame Dable and Shane and say this is a circus.
That's correct.
There is an immense amount of trust for John Harbaugh. There's an immense amount of trust for his group, even if Joe Shane is still there. And so there's this belief of, well, John, we trust.
Yeah.
Whatever he decides to do, I trust him on. As long as they don't take a running back at 5. Am I right, Sean?
There might be some wiggle room on that if a trade goes down.
Really?
Kiss my fat
You flipped on Jeremiah Love?
I haven't, but I've been, again, you could go back, Dan can find the archives. When we have listed off the running backs coming in the first round, I made a point whenever Gibbs gets brought up from the Lions. Remember, they had 2 first-round picks that year.
So if they had an extra first, you'd be more open to it.
I think it becomes...
But they took a tight end, too, right?
In the second, they took Laporta the second. That was Jack Campbell, the linebacker, was there on the first-round pick.
Campbell, that's right.
My point is, while I am not running back first round, it certainly becomes more palatable if you have another first-round pick and then some assets
Even
you've
if
got for
you're
Dexter Lawrence.
creating a new hole on your roster by trading Dexter Lawrence?
But here's the way I look at it, Evan. This was already a hole, and this is part of the reason I didn't want Jeremiah Love because they couldn't stop the run. Now, if you're telling me I get 2 picks, and both of those picks are going to be used to just young infusion into run stuffers on this team, late first and then the third-round pick, then yeah, I'm going to be more open knowing that you've actually found a way to solve the hole by trading Dexter Lawrence and taking Jeremiah Love.
42 minutes ago on this show, we all predicted how this is going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
I had Dexter Lawrence being traded in the next week and a half and getting back a late first-round pick and a third-round pick. Tiki said, you know what, they're going to make this thing work. He'll end up with a new contract. All be good. And Sean said he'll be traded to the Titans for the 4th overall pick. If by some Like craziness. You're right. And now you're picking 4 and 5. Will you publicly endorse drafting Jeremiah Love?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, we got him.
Well, because think
We
about
got
it.
him.
Everybody says there's 6 or 7 great players in the draft.
6, 7.
6, 7. If 2 of those guys are Jeremiah Love and Sonny Styles and you walk away from this draft with those guys, how can I complain about that?
No, I just wanted you on record with that. There you go. So if they could pull this trade off, which they're not getting the 4th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence. That's not happening. Sean is good to go on drafting Jeremiah Love. By the way, speaking of Jeremiah Love, did you see it was a little niblet, little piece of information that was thrown out there by the great Brian Costello that the New York Jets had lunch with Jeremiah Love?
The Jets.
The New York Jets had lunch with draft prospect Jeremiah Love.
Huh.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it never hurts to have lunch with good people.
Doesn't hurt. Like say hello, what's up?
Yeah.
But is there any scenario? Like I'm racking my brain, like trying to come up with the scenario where it makes sense for the Jets to draft Jeremiah Love. It's certainly not a 2. Do they move up from 16? Do they trade Breece Hall? Like,
no.
Even if you do all of those things, I still don't think it would make sense.
No, especially because you have a running back on the franchise tag.
Right, but I'm saying if they traded Breece Hall, I still wouldn't love it. They got a lot of holes to fill. We're not the Giants. We're not that close.
Yeah, you're not ready for that at all, even though you do have a good offensive line.
Well, hold on.
What?
We all are going to say the reason the Giants should be interested is what? What would you say? He's one of the how many best players in the draft?
Are you going to make this a Jet-Giant thing?
No, because just hear it out.
He's a top 5 player in this draft.
Okay, so let's just say we all agree, but and the real debate is positional value. If one of the top 5 players in the draft falls to the Jets at 16, you don't think it's worth it for them to have done their homework?
Oh, yeah. And that I'm thinking of 2.
Yeah, no. Think of 16.
No, absolutely right.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking of 16, Sean. I'm thinking of him dropping to 9 or 10 and the Jets trading up from 16.
And
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think that'll happen. But the point is, Evan, the discourse around Love is the idea of when do you take a running back? There is a scenario where teams are just looking desperation-wise and he tumbles a little bit. Don't you want to be prepared in case of that tumble and say, hey, we sat with this guy at Panera Bread. We do like him. Let's take him at 16.
Is that where they take the
I think
guy
that's right. I think you're exactly
That's it.
right.
That it's just in case he tumbles?
It's just in case he falls down the board. And it's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
He's a great kid. And
I'm sure they don't think it will.
He's a ridiculous athlete. So you have lunch, but you spend an hour and 20 minutes getting to know a kid, and then you move on.
The long game would be, and it certainly wouldn't be Aaron Glenn doing this. It would be Darren Muji doing this, saying, you know why I met with him? You know I had lunch with him? Because 6 years from now, while I'm still the GM of the Jets, you never know. Maybe we'll add him as a free agent. Maybe we'll bring him in then.
That's true.
Yeah.
That could absolutely.
Darren Muji could always cite that wonderful lunch they had at Panera Bread where he knew, hey, years from now, I'm bringing in Jeremiah Love. Let's go to Robert in New Canaan. Hey, Robert.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you? I'm sorry. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Evan, you make an excellent point about basketball playing the NBA again tonight. You know why they are?
Why?
Because the college players are getting paid. There's no reason to respect tonight anymore.
That makes sense.
It's not Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. So they're basically saying you've changed the sport. They're basically professionals. Why are we leaning back and respecting it?
Yeah, because that used to be like a let the amateurs have their night.
Yeah.
That's a great call.
It is.
It's a great call. I love it. I don't think that's the case, though.
I think it's part of it.
I think it's the TV partners. I think it's NBC saying, screw you, we're playing a game tonight.
But I think the TV partners can also point to that and say, what does it even matter anymore? Right. Amateurism's dead.
Yeah.
It is. It's a professional event competing with our professional event.
You know what's funny? I was looking at the Michigan roster. Like, all of them were at different schools last year.
Of course.
I mean, and I know that's not uncommon, but it's just funny to me.
What did you think St. John's was this year?
No,
bunch of homegrown studs from Patino's great recruiting.
I know.
Sitting in high school kids' homes and saying, I'm going to help you develop a winning attitude, and you're going to get your college degree, and you're going to go make a ton of money on Wall Street if you don't make it as a basketball player. Yeah.
No. It's Ripoli's junkless balls money.
Exactly.
Does it change your interest in the game, though?
It does.
Does it
I got to
really?
be honest with you. It
really?
does.
Like, you're less interested because of that?
A little bit. Because I don't know them anymore. Even Virginia. I'm a big UVA fan.
Yeah.
It's every year. I'm like, who the hell is this kid?
Yeah. I think the reason it doesn't, maybe it doesn't affect me because I am a casual.
Yeah.
But I look at the schools, and I look at the brand of the school, and I look at the coaches, right? So Hurley's a legend. He's trying to win a third championship. It's UConn. It's Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's pretty basic. It's the schools. It's the logos, if you will. But I totally understand if that's happening to you and others. I totally get that. It's been a hell of a day. If you missed any of today's show, you can rewind it on the free Odyssey app or check out the entire show on the WFAN YouTube page. Started with a lot of baseball, mixed in some basketball, and then the breaking news around Dexter Lawrence demanding a trade. Relive all the action if you so choose. But coming up next is the Carton Show. So keep it right here for more sports talk. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic